win by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on.
Good evening, basketball fans, and what is going on? My name is Neil Villapiano, the host of the Bridge to the Nets podcast here on the Basketball Podcast Network, which covers everything you need to know about the Brooklyn Nets. And welcome to another exciting live watch-along right here on the Basketball Podcast Network YouTube channel. Tonight, we have a matchup, a rematch of last year's second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, as we have the Milwaukee Bucks in Brooklyn taking on Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and the Brooklyn Nets. This live watch along and everything we do here at the Basketball Podcast Network are sponsored by the awesome people at DraftKings Sportsbook. Make sure when you sign up for DraftKings to use our promo code, which you can see right here at the bottom right corner, TBPN. And also make sure to tell them that Neil Villapiano sent you. Also, guys, these live watch-alongs are comment-driven. So if you have a comment, question, anything like that, let me know in the stream, and I'll share it here on the screen like we had here where, we let you guys know about score predictions and asking what you guys think about that. And anything like that. Also, guys, if you like what you see and you want to continue to support, leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. Also, make sure to punch that notification bell so you don't miss any new live watch-alongs that we do here on the Basketball Podcast Network. New live watch-alongs every single week here covering every team in the NBA. Well, let's not waste any time and let's get this one going as the ball has been tipped off and we're underway again in this matchup between the Bucks and the Nets. So this is going to be a big one, particularly for the Nets, as they're obviously looking to try to finish the season on a massive high note and obviously looking to try to get up in the standings. The ideal spot is to obviously hopeful that for the Nets perspective that they don't end up having to play in the play-in round. But if they do, you'd like to give yourself an opportunity to play at home for this one. So again, this is a massive one, and obviously the Bucks are going to want to come out and send a message to a team that they could very well face in the playoffs if things go the way that they're going. Got some comments already as BC Hockey Podcast says, "Hi, Neil. Good to see you guys as always. Hope you're doing well today on this Thursday evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and spending some time. We really, really do appreciate it." We also got the Soda Pod in here, a podcast over on the Hockey Podcast Network that covers everything Minnesota Wild. They say screw Milwaukee. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So this should be a good one, ladies and gentlemen, as we already have some here. As now Brook Lopez takes a long three-point shot and he rims out. So both teams 0 for 2 to start this one as we're just about 90 seconds in. As Bruce Brown will drive the lane and lay it high off the glass, no good. And it's rebounded by Giannis Antetokounmpo, and now Antetokounmpo will look to try to drive it to the lane, kicks it out to Matthews. He takes a three-point shot that hits off the front rim, no good, and it's rebounded by the Nets. So both teams off to a very inauspicious start to this one as Kyrie Irving with a three-point shot that rims out, no good. And now the Bucks will look to come the other way as Giannis will slowly make his way up. He's guarded by Kevin Durant. Giannis bodies his way, lays it up, no good. Rebounded over to Kyrie Irving, gives it to Bruce Brown on a partial breakaway, and he'll slam it down with two hands. Bruce Brown gets the first points of the game. Just about 2 minutes into this one, the Nets grab the early lead here. But yeah, kind of a slow start when it comes to shooting the basketball for both teams. I also just realized that this is the first Nets game that I've done a live watch along for. I'm going to be doing a lot more, especially once we get into the playoffs. So I hope you guys are here hanging out with us for all of these games. As now Matthews gives it to Giannis, who's now bodying Andre Drummond. Now he looks to pull up for a pull-up jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Kevin Durant. Then the Nets will slow it up. Gives it over to Bruce Brown. Bruce, he's going to drive the lane with speed, and he may have gotten fouled. I think they called a foul. They did. They called a foul, I believe, on Brook Lopez, the former Net. And Brooke is not happy with that call. Don't blame him. What's going on, Andy, a.k.a. Front Row Productions? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well today on this Thursday evening. Leave a like on the stream, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. How you doing today, my friend? Hope everything's going well by you. We got some crazy windy weather here in New Jersey, Andy. What's the deal going on in the nation's capital? Let me know. So Kevin Durant being guarded by, I believe that's Matthews, kicks out to Bruce Brown for a long three-point shot, and he knocks it down. Bruce Brown, what can Brown do for you? Well, he can give the Nets now a 5-0 lead here, as he has scored all 5 points for the Nets. As we've approached just about 3 minutes into this one, 5-0 the Nets lead. As Giannis will drive the lane, tries to kick it out to Matthews, now gives it to Lopez. He fakes the shot, and then he put up a second shot, no good, but they called a travel on Brook Lopez. So the Bucks continuing here with an offer, as they've really struggled out of the gate here, and the Nets seem to be getting off to the start that they want. And he says, here comes your favorite online family member. Oh, dude, of course, man. I'm always excited to see you, my friend. Always excited. And I'm sure Jacob will be in here at some point, as Kevin Durant kicks out to Kyrie Irving for a three-point shot, and then hits up the front rim, no good. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. And now Giannis will take it over towards the Nets bench as he'll look to set it up, being guarded by Seth. Drives the lane, and he'll slam it down with one hand as he does a little Euro step. And finally, almost 3.5 minutes into this one, the Bucks finally get their first points of the game. So it's now 5-2 Nets. As Seth Curry getting a screen from Drummond, pulls up for a mid-range J, and he twishes it. Good response by Seth Curry, as the Nets are back up by 5 here, 7-2. Is now Chris Middleton. He'll drive to the left side. And good defense there by Brown, but they're going to call a foul here. So Middleton will go to the line for the game's first free throw shot. We'll look back at the replay. Giannis just kind of easily going around Seth Curry, and then Drummond just had no chance to block that dunk from the Greek Freak himself. And he says, I'm doing okay, waiting for the thunderstorms. Yeah, I think we're supposed to get some pretty bad weather later on this evening. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with any of the connection I got going on in this stream tonight, which wouldn't be ideal. I'll tell you that. I will say that. It's not be ideal. As Middleton makes the first free throw, second free throw attempt up, but it's good. So Middleton knocks both down, and now it's 7-4 Nets right now, as we've just reached about 4 minutes into this one. It's Kyrie, gives it to KD, now back to Kyrie. Gives it back to KD on the right side, tried to get it to Drummond, but good defense there by the Bucks, and it's taken away by Middleton. It's Chris Middleton now, over on the right side near the Nets bench, being guarded by Seth Curry. And a bad pass there to Lopez, but he's able to recover. Gives it to Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe holds. Gives it on the left side. Still holding it now. Has the ball, and he actually dribbled it off his foot and out of bounds. Although Bledsoe is arguing that it was it should be off the Nets. But nonetheless, it's now Nets ball. 7:40 to go here in the first. Nets up 7-4. It's now Kevin Durant being guarded by Wesley Matthews. He gets a screen on the right side from Drummond. Now kicks out to Seth Curry. Curry fakes it. Now drive for a 2-point shot. And it's no good off the front rim. Rebounded by Middleton. And gives it over to Eric Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe. Thank you. As now Bledsoe, he drives to the right side. Tries to feed it in front to Brook Lopez. Intercepted by the Nets. Now Seth Curry comes. Gives it back to Seth from Kyrie. And then Seth Curry with a 3-point shot. He knocks it down. And the Bucks want a timeout. And so the Brooklyn Nets are off to a good start in this one, as they're up right now 10-4, just about 5 minutes into this one. So the Nets definitely getting off to the start that they want. And he says, I just told Jacob you're on. So we shall see what happens. But again, guys, if you like what you see so far, make sure to leave a like on the stream, as well as subscribe. New live watch-alongs every single day here on the Basketball Podcast Network. We're doing March Madness games. We're into the Final Four now, so that should be very, very exciting. We also do NBA games. And I promise you guys, once we get to the playoffs, it's going to be a lot more exciting. I promise you guys, it's going to get that much better. The best is yet to come, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob, as always, is in the chat. He says, go Lakers. So obviously, for those of you that don't know, Jacob is a diehard Laker fan. And he says he likes Curry. I mean, dude, I have loved Seth Curry since he got traded from the Philadelphia 76ers to the Nets in the James Harden deal. He has really, really done well being that reliable three-point shooter. And yeah, he's had a couple of games here or there where maybe he's not, really, really hitting his shots. But for the most part, he's been very, very consistent. And I think that that's something that's really, really been important. And he's going to be a guy that the Nets are going to rely on big time to help out with guys like KD and Kyrie and even Ben Simmons if Simmons actually does play this season. What's going on, Jacob? Good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you're doing well today on this Thursday evening, man. Really do appreciate that you're hanging out with us today. And he goes, oh no, look who's here. Yeah, I knew somebody was going to say it. What's going on, Andrew? Good to see you as well, my friend. Hope you're doing well today on this Thursday evening. Leave a like on the stream, Andrew, if you haven't already. Really helps out the channel. And he says, Neil, I really don't feel like betting on the Final Four because everyone knows who's going to win already. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of unfortunate that we just ended up getting 4 blue bloods. I don't mean to say this with major disrespect, but it's not as exciting when you have 4 teams that you could honestly make an argument for all of them that they were expected to be here. So that's not, great. I mean, there's still great opportunities to win some money, but yeah, I can understand if people don't feel that up to, betting on this and are not as interested. I'm not as interested as I was before in the national tournament, quite frankly, because unfortunately my boys from St. Peter's are no longer in it. And it would have been great if they had gotten to the Final Four, but the Cinderella run had to come to an end. Andrew said, not much of an NBA person, but just dropping in to say, hey, as always, friendo. Well, Andrew, really appreciate, as always, my friend, you hanging out with us, even for a little bit and showing support, man. It means a lot to us. So, again, thank you so much. Jacob says, I'm cheering for the Memphis Grizzlies since the Lakers go miss the playoffs. So I like, Jacob, that you admit or at least feel that that the Lakers are probably not going to make the playoffs. I think they're the 11th seed right now, if I'm not mistaken. As far as the Eastern Conference is concerned, the Nets got a chance tonight, if everything goes well, to move within 1 game of the Cavaliers for the 7th seed. They're currently the 8th seed, and they only are the 8th seed by half a game. So again, this is a major, major game for the Nets to win. The Nets really can't afford to lose basically any more games after this. I mean, if they beat the Bucks, they should be able to go 7-0 for the rest of the regular season. I'm just being very honest. As Pat Connaughton off the timeout knocks down a long 3-point shot. And Pat Connaughton, who just got back after being gone with that hand injury for quite some time, makes it now 10-7 Nets. Nice bounce pass to Bruce Brown, and then he tried to give it to Seth on a dump off, but he ends up throwing it into the Bucks bench. So now it's Milwaukee ball. Andy says, I may, however, look into some weird bets. Nothing wrong with that. LeBron and AD may be coming back soon. Thank effing God. Holy, we suck this year. Very true. Very true. What's going on again, Soda Pod? Good to see you as always, my friends. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Brooke Lopez knocks down the mid-range J, and the Bucks cut the deficit to 1. My wonderful mother in the chat, she says, hey, Neil, this is a very important game. The Nets are going to win. Love the confidence, love the belief. I really do think the Nets have a very good shot to win this game. And Kevin Durant makes me even more confident. He knocks down a 3 and now makes it 13-9. And then Giannis just comes in and he's able to lay it up and in. So a quick response right after that. It's now 13-11 Nets here as we've just reached about the halfway point of the first. Jacob says the Lakers are the 10th seed. All right, fair enough. Andy says, I grew up in Oklahoma, so I'm a Thunder fan. Although living in D.C. area, I do like the Wizards. Hey, at least you got an Eastern Conference and a Western Conference team, Andy, to be a fan of. So can't go wrong with that. Andrew saying hello to my mother. Love that. Let's see here. Russ is dunking on Rudy tonight. I mean, is that likely? It is possible, but then again, you look at Rudy Gobert, he is arguably the best shot blocker in the game. So, I mean, it could be tough. And he says, Jacob, I grew up in Oklahoma. I remember when we got the expansion team from Plus Basketball Rules in Oklahoma. I like that. Jacob saying, Giannis is going to win MVP. I think that there is the possibility of that. As Wesley Matthews, with a long 3-point shot. It's now 16-13 with exactly 5 minutes to go in the first. So the Bucks with their first lead of the game here. As off that timeout, they really seem to have gotten their shooting going. So now KD backing down on, gives it to Bruce Brown there for the nice floater, and it goes in. So Bruce Brown gets a nice bucket there, and it's now 16-15 Milwaukee, with Bruce Brown now with 7 points. But I think the MVP now is down to 3 guys. I would say Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis. I know that the NBA media would love to see potentially Giannis winning a 3rd straight MVP. I do think, though, this is Embiid's year. The NBA world really wants to see Embiid do a lot of good and have a lot of success, and honestly kind of prove the point that a lot of people are trying to make about, Embiid being one of the top 5 players in the NBA. So honestly, yeah, I think that it'll most likely end up being Embiid, but I wouldn't also be surprised they gave it to Giannis again. Andy says, I'm scared of lightning. I'm going to hide under the bed. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great, but again, I'd prefer that it start happening after the stream is over, so we don't have any technical problems here. That would not be ideal. So we got 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Bucks right now up 16-15, and pretty much a back and forth game. Drew Bledsoe tried to get it to Bobby Portis, but he's able to regain it before turning it over. Connaughton, he drives the lane on Claxton, and he lays it up and in. Nice move by Pat Connaughton, who's got himself 7 points off the bench, so he's off to a good start. Now Kyrie gives it to Bruce Brown, drops off to Patty Mills. Patty Mills drives to the free throw line, kicks it out to KD. KD will drive to the right. Nice feed inside to Claxton, and he slams it down with 2 hands. Nice movement there of the ball for the Brooklyn Nets, and they result in getting a 2-handed slam from Nick Claxton, who just got into the game. Jacob says, top 3 MVP, Giannis, Joel, and Josh Giddey. Seems about right. Yeah, Josh Giddey, even though he's out for the year, but fair enough. Andy says, Michael Jordan is still the best of all time. I still am going to go to my grave saying that it's Wilt Chamberlain for the reasons that I pointed out before, but I can also understand where people are coming from with Michael Jordan to an extent. As a nice feed from KD to Claxton again, at Claxton with the 2-handed slam. Back-to-back dunks from Claxton, and the Nets grab the lead, 19-18 here, 2:51 to go in the first. As Drew Bledsoe with a nice layup, but it's no good, and then rebounded by KD. Not sure how that one didn't go in. And then a bad pass from KD to Kyrie. Kyrie wasn't even looking at it. And now Connaughton, drop it off to Middleton. Chris Middleton drives left side. He's guarded. Now he'll pull up for a 3-point shot, and he rims around and in. So the Bucks regain the lead here now, 21-19 with 2:29 to go. And Steve Nash actually decides to call a timeout at a decent time. He'll call his first timeout of the game. So 2:29 to go here in the first quarter. Again, it's been pretty much a back and forth game with the Bucks right now up by 2 at 21-19. So yeah, I mean, this is going the way that I would say that to an extent I kind of expected. From a Nets perspective, would I love to see the Nets get a blowout victory? Yeah. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Then again, I didn't expect them to blow out the Heat back on Saturday in Miami when the Heat were pretty much at full strength. So I guess, again, basketball, you never know what can happen in these games. But for me, it's just simply looking at this. You got to find a way to win regardless. I don't care if you got to win on a last-second shot or you win by 30 points. You got to find a way to win these games. And, for the most part, I like how the Nets have started. I just think that their passing to a degree has been lackadaisical. They've already turned over the ball a couple of times. So again, not ideal when it comes to just ball handling. And that's something that has been a problem for the Nets, for throughout the majority of the season. So that's kind of something that's not great. I'll show you guys the team stats. So again, both teams shooting at pretty much almost about 45% from the field here. As you can see, the Nets have been a little bit more of a, not necessarily playing team, but they've had more assists so far as a team than the Bucks. And then you look at the turnovers again. The Bucks are also turning over the ball a lot so far in this one. So I don't know if I don't want to say it's jitters. It's certainly something. Neither team is really getting off to the best start in this one from that perspective. But again, still a lot of time left to play in this one. And he says, Jacob says, nah, LeBron is top 3 in every stat. Jordan is top 3 in like 4 stats. See, this is the argument. See, this is when I know like a lot of people just want to look at stats and stats and stats. The reason that I brought up Wilt Chamberlain before is for the sole purpose of the fact that the NBA actually had to change the rules of the way the game is played even to today because they were trying to slow down Wilt because he was so dominant. That was kind of the big thing when you looked at it. I mean, that's just, I think that in that regard, I think that just proves the level of dominance. And again, if you want to go by stats, I would go by championships, and then you would say Bill Russell because he was what, 11-1, I believe, in the finals. So I mean, again, it's there are, and I get where Jordan's coming from. Honestly, I get why people love Jordan. The problem is though is that people think that Michael Jordan changed the game. He didn't. He just quite frankly didn't. He came in at the latter half of the era where Magic Johnson and Larry Bird actually saved the NBA. And for several years before that, he couldn't get past teams like the Cavs or the Pistons or even the Celtics. He was struggling against all those teams. Finally, he got a good team around him. And again, by the time the Bulls got good, they played the Lakers, who were towards the end of their era. Then they played teams like the Suns, the Blazers, the Supersonics, and the only team that was even worth even half decent, honestly, you could say, was probably the Utah Jazz with the mailman Karl Malone and John Stockton. So, I mean, I'm just pointing out the fact that there's an argument that can be made when it comes to Michael Jordan being one of the best players of all time, but there's a bigger argument to say that Michael Jordan and even LeBron James neither one is probably the greatest player of all time. Just being very honest. Andy says, me and Jacob are starting the official Neil fan club. Well, I appreciate that support, guys. 100%. Thank you. I think we should do the big meetup one Chicago in September. I'll clear up my schedule for that. Andy says, Wilt the Stilt was his nickname. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. An iconic nickname for sure. Jordan's only good because he has 6 rings. That's a very good point. That's a very good point, Jacob. See, that's where I'm on with you. Jacob also says, without Rodman, Jordan would only have 2 rings. So Rodman, ? Jordan, no. Here's the thing. Michael Jordan won 3 championships before Rodman got there. So Jordan had already had a ton of success with guys like John Paxson and obviously Scottie Pippen and Gil Hodges, and guys like that. Bill Cartwright as well. You know, different guys like Horace Grant. He had a whole dynasty before Rodman got there. So there we go. As now Claxton, he's posting on Connaughton, takes a jump shot and hits off the front rim, but goes in. And Claxton with 6 points off the bench here. He gives the Nets the lead 23-21 with 1:36 to go in this first quarter. As now Grayson Allen kicks it out to George Hill. Now over to Chris Middleton. Middleton drives to the left, pulls up for a jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Claxton. Kicks it over to Patty Mills. And now Mills will slow it up in the Nets. Mills gets a screen on the left side from Claxton. He drives left, kicks it out to Kessler Edwards for a 3-point shot, and he knocks it down. Kessler Edwards, the Pepperdine pull-up from 3-point range, and he extends the Nets lead. It's a 7-0 run for the Nets in the last 53 seconds and ticking here with exactly 1 minute to go in the first. Nets up 26-21. Bobby Portis pulls up for a jump shot. He airballs it, rebounded by KD, and then the Nets will come the other way. Kevin Durant, he drives the left lane hard, and he tried to give it over to Claxton. Both Claxton and Grayson Allen fighting for it, and it's taken away by Grayson Allen. Allen, he drives the left side, looking for a slam dunk, and he gets it. He parted the Red Sea there. Not much defense at all, and Grayson Allen slammed it down with the right hand. 26-23 Nets now, 34 seconds to go in the first. KD gets a screen from Claxton, pulls up for a mid-range shot, and he twishes it. I don't know. I mean, I've watched Kevin Durant for a long time, especially since he's been in net, and it just blows my mind how automatic he is with that jump shot. Not only does it go in, he twishes it. It's unbelievable. 18 seconds to go here. 6 seconds difference between the shot clock and game clock. Middleton drives to the left with some contact, kicks out to Grayson Allen for a 3. No good. He gets his rebound, pump fakes it, pulls up for 3, gets blocked by KD. Nets coming the other way. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. Gives it over to Dragic. He lays up and he knocks it down on the buzzer. Goran Dragic. Nice feed from Kevin Durant. And just as the clock expired, Dragic was able to lay off the glass and in. And the Nets end the first quarter on a pretty big high note, both on the defensive and offensive side. And after one quarter of play, it is 30-23 Brooklyn here in Brooklyn. So we'll see if the Nets can continue it here, but a good start so far for the Brooklyn Nets. As let's see here, we got some other comments here. Andy says, Neil and Jacob agree. OMG, I know. It's a crazy world we live in. Jacob should guest host with Neil on the basketball podcast. Plus, Jacob has a new Turtle Beach headset. We'll see about that. Andrew giving us a hockey update. Bruins up 2-1 over the Devils in the first period. There's actually a minute 18 to go in that first period. So there's that. Thank you, Andrew. And Andy saying, hey to Andrew. Love it. When I was a kid, I used to go to Dallas to watch the Mavericks. Oh, there you go. There you go. Was that I guess that was before the Thunder, Andy. I'm assuming that was the closest NBA team that you had to where you grew up in Oklahoma. My wonderful mother says, nice finish to the first quarter. Absolutely. I think it's really imperative. It's really good that the Nets finished that quarter on, like, what was it, a 9-2 or 9-0 run. It was very, very good, especially with some guys coming off the bench. Nick Claxton with 6 points off the bench. Very, very good. And now what I'm curious to see is what type of lineup does Steve Nash come out with in the second quarter, and how do the Nets respond? Do the Nets continue to put the pressure on, or do they allow the Bucks to get themselves going here once the second quarter starts? We'll see. And he says, yes, a 3-hour drive from my house to Dallas. All right, there we go. But before, ladies and gentlemen, we continue on with our game here, we are going to get a quick commercial break from our sponsors. So as always, a big thank you and shout out to our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Basketball Podcast Network. As always, guys, when you sign up for DraftKings, make very, very sure you sign up with our promo code, which you can see in the bottom right corner, TBPN. So we're just about ready to kick things off here in the second quarter of our game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets off to the good start here, holding on to a 7-point lead going into the next 12 minutes. They're up 30-23. I just got informed a few moments ago from somebody that is in my area to say that he wanted to correct me on a couple things. It's not Bledsoe at all. It's Drew Holiday. So I apologize for that. Drew Holiday is on the Bucks. Also, Giannis did not win the MVP last year. It was Nikola Jokic. So again, I apologize for those incorrect statements, and I appreciate my source letting me know that. So thank you so much, and I do apologize for that. I will continue to improve here, ladies and gentlemen. But again, I think it's been a pretty good game so far. The biggest thing for both teams is simply that they've been turning over the ball quite a lot. As you look here, there were a total of 9 turnovers. 5 by the Nets and 4 by the Bucks. So that's something that I'm sure both Budenholzer and Nash would like to cut down on here in this second quarter. So now Grayson Allen gives it to Giannis, who's being guarded by James Johnson. Why is James Johnson playing? As soon as I say that, he gets a steal. Gets over to Dragic. Dragic with space. Drop pass. Gives it to Kessler Edwards. He's no good on the three-point shot. Rebounded by Grayson Allen. Bucks look to come the other way. Grayson Allen driving to the left side. Kicks out to Bobby Portis. Portis for a three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Dragic. Bobby Portis, who's usually been a Nets killer, off to a pretty slow start in this one. Dragic gives over to Kyrie. Kyrie shimmies, then pulls up for a long jump shot, and he twishes it. Kyrie Irving, his foot was on the line. It's a long two, and the Nets now up by 9, 32-23. That was a nice shot by Kyrie. Good shimmy as well. Now Grayson Allen gives it up top to Middleton. Middleton, being guarded by Kessler Edwards, gets a screen from Grayson Allen. As now almost a travel there by Middleton. Get to the Giannis. Giannis for a jump shot, and he twishes it. Basically like a free throw shot there from Antetokounmpo. He cuts the deficit to 7. So now Dragic will take it up for the Nets. as KD will get his first rest of the game. Gets over to Kyrie. Kyrie gets a screen from Johnson. Kyrie pulls up for a three. He's fouled. No good, but he'll go to the line for 3 free throws there. So Kyrie Irving trying to get more and more playing time here as he's playing in just his third, I believe it's now his third home game since he was allowed, and thanks to Mayor Eric Adams of New York, allowed to play at home. And he says, Neil is definitely a Brooklyn fan. I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? But yeah, I also do cover the Nets here on the Basketball Podcast Network again. Bridge to the Nets podcast. New episodes every Friday, wherever you listen to podcast episodes. Make sure you go subscribe to the podcast. I appreciate it. As Kyrie Irving knocks down the first free throw here. Kyrie Irving, man, he puts on a masterclass of free throw shooting every single night, man. He is a career, I believe he's almost a career 91 or 92% free throw shooter. It's unbelievable how consistent he is. Takes a second free throw shot and he makes that one, so he's 2 for 2. And now he'll look to try to make it 3 for 3 here with 10:34 to go in the second quarter. Andrew says, no sleep till had to. Yeah, I know, man. It's a very common thing to say, but yes, you could also say where Brooklyn at as well. There's a couple of famous ones as Kyrie Irving takes the third free throw shot and he makes it. So Kyrie makes all 3, and the Nets, with their largest lead of the game, up by double digits. It's 35-25, about 90 seconds in to this second quarter. It's Kyrie Irving guarding Drew Holiday, gets it to Giannis. Giannis now drop it over to Middleton on the left side. Middleton being guarded by Claxton. Middleton drops it to Giannis, who's being guarded by Kessler. He drives the lane, slams it down, and gets fouled by Edwards there. Giannis with an emphatic right-hand slam there. And Kessler, he went a little bit too far to the left side, gave an opening to Giannis on the right, and then Giannis just drove it, got hit. I don't know if they're called on Kessler or James Johnson. Either way, it's a foul. And now Giannis, we'll see if he'll take more than 10 seconds to shoot a free throw. So look to try to complete the 3-point play here. Giannis is coming in with 7 straight road games with 30-plus points and 50 or better percent shooting from the field. So Giannis takes the free throw, hits off the front rim, but hits the back rim as well and goes in. And it's now a 7-point lead here, 35-28 Brooklyn. As now Dragic being guarded by George Hill, way up near center court. Pushes off, no foul. Bounce pass to Johnson. Now gets it to Kyrie. Kyrie, 8 seconds to shoot. Fakes it. Still dribbling through his legs. Drives to the right side. Pulls up for a jump shot. And it's good. Kyrie Irving, who's off to a very good start in this one, knocks down the J and gets the Nets lead back up to 9. So Drew Holiday gets a screen from Giannis. Then a high pass over to Giannis being guarded by Kyrie. Giannis pushing his way through, and a foul call here as Giannis now is holding his left wrist. Not sure exactly what happened there. May have bumped it when he was driving the lane there, but he gets a foul call, and now it looks like he'll go to the line to shoot. And Kyrie talking to the ref, asking as to why exactly that was a foul. He kind of was wondering if it should have been an offensive foul there. Andy says, Neil, how much are hood seats over in Brooklyn now for a Nets game? Hood seats? You mean like the nosebleeds? I would imagine like on average, I would imagine like upper like nosebleed seats, Andy, are probably still in like the $25 to $30 range. I mean, it is, again, now, especially when you get KD and Kyrie playing and everything like that, prices are definitely going to be up. So, I would imagine they're in the $25 to $30 range on average. That would be my guess. Giannis made the first free throw. Take the second one here, and he knocks it down. Giannis 3 for 3 from the line, and he cuts the deficit again to 7 here. 37-30 Nets with 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. Kyrie gets a high screen from Kessler. That gets over to Kessler. Edwards. Kessler fakes the 3-point shot. Now bounce pass to James Johnson. Gets a screen. Kicks it back to Kessler. Kessler with a 3-point shot, and he knocks it down. Kessler Edwards being guarded pretty well there by Connaughton, but he's still able to knock it down and gets the Nets back up by 10 as Giannis drives the lane over 3 Nets players and slams it with the right hand. My goodness. What a dunk there by Giannis, just pushing his way through defenders. Now Kyrie, he'll pull up for a jump shot off the glass and in. That was a sweet jump shot from Kyrie Irving using the glass there. And now teams are trading buckets, but the Nets still up by 10 here. Now Connaughton, he takes a three-point shot, and he is fouled, and he makes the three-point shot. And so Pat Connaughton will go to the line to complete the N1, looking to make it a 4-point play. Pat Connaughton with a really, really good game so far, as he'll look to try to get it to now, I believe now he'll have 11 points if he makes this free throw. But Giannis just gave it to him, got a nice screen, gave a good screen there. Kessler didn't really give Connaughton a lot of room to come down there, and Connaughton was still able to twist the three-point shot. So now Connaughton will look again to try to make it a 4-point play. His free throw shot is up, and it's good. And so it's now 42-36 Nets here, 8:43 and ticking to go here in the first half. Kyrie, he drives to the right side, throws it off the glass, and it rolls out. No good. And then gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be off Brooklyn. Oh, Kyrie Irving, that would have been another spectacular made shot. It looked like it was going to go in, but it bounced a couple of times off the right side and went out. So that was a bad break there for Kyrie. As now Giannis, being guarded by James Johnson, spins to his right side, backing him down, tried to pull up and then regroups, gives it to Drew Holiday. Holiday drives to the right side, lobs it up to Giannis, and it actually rimmed out of the rim. He rimmed out, and then the ball went in, and Giannis got fouled, so he'll go to the line for an and one. So James Johnson gets called for the foul there. That was a weird play in general. Holiday tried to alley-oop it to Giannis, and then it actually almost ended up going in, and then Giannis got the rebound, got hit on the arm, but still was able to lightly put it in the basket. And now Giannis has a chance to complete another and one here. That would be the third and one so far in this quarter for the Bucks. Giannis, 15 points so far on 6 of 8 shooting with 3 rebounds. As now Giannis will look to, again, make another free throw. This would make him 4 for 4 if he makes it. As Steve Nash yelling at his team to rebound here in case he misses it. Giannis' shot is up, and it's good. So it's now a 2-point game here, 42-39 Nets, with just about 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. So the Bucks really doing a good job of driving the lane and forcing some fouls here. As now Patty Mills loses the ball, keeps it in play, though, gets it to Claxton. Claxton gives it to Dragic. Dragic for a 3-point shot, and he knocks it down. Goran Dragic with a nice 3-point shot. Good response there. And he gets the Nets back up by 6, 45-39. Nets shooting 6 of 10 from the 3-point line so far, while the Bucks are 4 for 14. And now a takeaway by the Nets. Kyrie Irving gives it to Claxton, and Claxton gets fouls. He tried to dunk it, and so Claxton will go to the line to shoot 2. And he says, Andrew, now I got that song in my head. There you go. Well done, Andrew. Now you got everybody thinking about No Sleep Till Brooklyn, as Drew Holiday looking to try to get the block there, but he got Claxton on the arm. Otherwise, Claxton would have easily had himself a slam dunk there. Claxton, not really known to be a good free throw shooter, but he can surprise us all here. As Claxton will take the first attempt, is up, and it rims out. So that just kind of proved my point. As Kevin Durant will come back in the game here with 7:35 to go in the first half. KD right now 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 3 rebounds and 5 assists. So he is off to a good start. Number 7 with 7. I'm sure we'll get a lot more here as this game goes on. Claxton's second free throw attempt is up, and it's also no good. So Claxton goes over there. The Nets still up by 6. So that was a good foul by Drew Holiday, as Claxton could not get himself either made free throw there, as Holiday gets it inside to Giannis. Giannis now to Connaughton. Long 3-point shot. Rimmed out, no good. Nice rebound by Claxton. Gives it over to KD, and then KD gives it to Dragic. Dragic pulls up. Holds it now. Now gives it to Kyrie, and the Nets will set with 13 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. Kyrie gets a screen from Claxton. Kyrie drives to the left side. Kyrie, floater, off, no good, and a great slam dunk on a rebound attempt by Claxton. I believe that was over. I want to say it was over Drew Holiday. Nonetheless, and now Giannis with a 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Kyrie. 6:45 to go in the first half. Nets up 47-39. Kevin Durant on Connaughton. Drives to the left side. Kicks it out to a wide open Patty Mills for a 3-point shot, and he knocks it down. Patty Mills who has definitely struggled over the last month and change, gets himself his first points of the evening as he knocks down a wide open 3-point shot. And the Nets now have their largest lead of the game. It's an 11-point lead here, 50-39 with 6:37 to go in the first half. So we'll step aside for just a moment to get another quick word from our sponsors. So once again, a big thank you and shout out to our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook. Guys, DraftKings has huge opportunities to get major cash prizes for betting or fantasy sports. So make sure you guys jump on DraftKings right now, sign up, use our promo code TBPN, and tell them Neil Villapiano sent you. So we are just approaching the halfway point of this second quarter. The Nets continuing to lead this one as the Bucks have only had a lead for, I want to say 15, 20 seconds. But after that, it's really just been all Nets. They have done a really good job of rebounding. They've made some good defensive stops. The Bucks have taken some ill-advised shots, I will say that. And the biggest thing, though, is that the Nets are knocking down their three-point shots, which is something that I'm not used to seeing from a consistent basis. The Nets have already made 7 three-point shots in this first half, and that is probably the biggest reason right now why the Nets are up, and they're up right now 50-39. Jacob says, Neil, you're such a cutie, and also please tell Isha to let me out of his basement. Thank you, and no. And that all of that was, well, the second half of that was sus. Jacob, but still, man, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really, really, really do appreciate it. So again, if you're a Nets fan, like myself, obviously, you gotta like the way this game has gone so far. You gotta like how the Nets have come out with a sense of urgency, playing strong, playing well, knocking down their shots, and also just playing some good defense. I mean, it's 11-point lead, but I would love it if the Nets could somehow make this a 20-some-odd point lead and really put themselves in position to really put the pressure on the Bucks. I think that's the big thing here. Jacob says yes and yes. Then he also says, please, it's so dark I can't see. Well, go to sleep then. That might be the best way you could do it. As the Nets are actually shouting at Richard Jefferson, the former New Jersey Net, who's actually had some cover, who's actually been on the magazine GQ. I don't know if this was recently or, oh yeah, this is recently. I did remember seeing this. Richard Jefferson on the cover of GQ magazine. I don't think I'd ever see that in my lifetime. As the Nets, Ian Eagle is back calling this game for the Nets as he was busy doing March Madness. And I got to tell you, the Nets arguably have the best broadcasting team in the NBA from a team perspective. Ian Eagle, Sarah Kustok, RJ, Ryan Rucco, Michael Grady. These guys are great. And then even the guys on the pre- and post-game and halftime shows as well with Frankie Isola, as my brother and I call him. We've had Devin Harris as well, Kerry Kittles, Bob Lorenz, obviously on the Yes Network. It's awesome. It's a great team. That's a nice floater there from Seth Curry is no good. Rebounded by the Bucks. Middleton coming with speed. He'll drive the lane, and then Middleton is fouled. Shot no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2 here with the Nets right now up by 8. 5:51 to go in the first half. And again, another picture of Richard Jefferson on GQ. Again, never would I have ever imagined that Richard Jefferson, when I was growing up watching him playing for the Nets at the old Continental Airlines / Izod Center, never in my life would I've ever thought to see RJ doing, never being on the cover of GQ magazine. It's pretty wild. Jacob says, Neil, get your bro to try and call this game. He probably doesn't want to. He probably just wants to chill and watch the game and drop obscenities left and right, which I don't blame him. Maybe another game, Jacob. Maybe another game. As I also got to say, Richard Jefferson has called 3 consecutive basketball games, including tonight. He called the Nets game on Tuesday against the Pistons. Then he called the Golden State game against the Suns last night, and then he's calling the Nets game tonight. So that's pretty. He's pretty active. I got to give him that. So now Kyrie bounce pass to KD, who's being guarded by Wesley Matthews, drives to the right side, spins to his left, now drop pass to Bruce Brown with a floater, and it rims out, no good. It's rebounded by Middleton. So the Bucks now with some momentum. Connaughton over to Matthews, fakes the three-point shot, kicks it back out to Connaughton, now gets it over to Chris Middleton. Middleton drives to the left side, being double-teamed now, gives it to Brook Lopez. Lopez throws it up, and it's no good, but a foul call here against the Nets. We'll see if it's a shooting foul. I believe it is. But I will say this. There have been a lot of foul calls against the Nets in this one. It definitely makes you wonder a little bit. But the Bucks, again, off the timeout, have gotten themselves going here as they cut the deficit from 11 to now 6. And now Brook Lopez can make both of these two free throws. He can cut the deficit to 4. As he'll take his time, takes free throw shot, and it's good as he twishes that one. Again, Brook Lopez, the former Brooklyn/New Jersey Net. He was kind of the big piece that began the whole rebuild when Sean Marks got here, and the Nets got D'Angelo Russell and got some draft picks as well. And, that just kind of created the whole situation and eventually got us to the point where we are right now. Lopez's second free throw attempt is no good off the front rim, rebounded by KD. He gives it over to Kyrie. 50-45 Nets right now. Bucks are 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Nets are 3 of 5. So you can definitely see the free throw attempt difference in this one. Gives it to Brown. Now over to Drummond. Drummond gives it to Kyrie. Kyrie weaves through defenders. Now puts it off and it rebound no good. And it's rebounded by Bobby Portis. So Kyrie, a little bit quiet of late as now Middleton takes a shot. It gets blocked by Bruce Brown. And then it gets touched out of bounds by Drew Holiday, and it'll be Nets ball. And then Bruce Brown with the Dikembe Mutombo finger wave saying, no, no, no. Great block there. All ball by Bruce Brown. Brown now gives it to Drummond. Now hands it off to KD. KD again being guarded by Matthews. Drives to the right side. Kevin Durant tried to pull for a jump shot. Wanted a foul call. No foul call at all. And the Bucks will now come the other way. Holiday gets it over to Middleton. Middleton for a three-point shot. No good off the front rim. Rebounded over to KD. And then the Nets will come the other way again. Kevin Durant, drop pass to Drummond, weaves through a defender, and then puts it off the glass and in. Oh, a sweet touch by Andre Drummond getting his first 2 points of the night. And the Nets are up by 7. And now Middleton, being guarded by Bruce Brown, backs him down, kicks it out to Lopez. Jump shot, no good off the front rim. Rebounded by Curry. And now it gives over to KD. KD drives to the left side. Kevin Durant has to pick up his dribble. Tried to get it over to Seth, but it's intercepted. 2-on-1 for the Bucks the other way. Gives it to Drew Holiday, who lays it up, and it's good. So another bad turnover there by Kevin Durant. He's had a couple of those in this one. The Bucks again cut the deficit to 5 here, 52-47. 6 turnovers each for these teams. Drummond, nice little floater there, and Andre Drummond with back-to-back buckets. And he makes it now a 54-47 game. 3:25 to go in the first half. Middleton backing down on Seth Curry. Used the elbow, no foul call. And then a right hook shot by Lopez is no good. Rebounded by Drummond. Gets it over to Seth. Seth Curry now gets a screen from Drummond. Curry, he'll pull for a three-point shot. No good off the front rim. Rebounded by Bobby Portis. And he bounce passes it behind him over to Chris Middleton. 3 minutes exactly to go in the first half. 54-47 Nets right now. Middleton on Drummond. He takes a shot. It gets blocked by Drummond. KD gets it over to Bruce Brown. And that one's going to be a slam dunk, but it doesn't count anyway, as it looks like it'll be a foul. Kevin Durant got fouled before that bucket. It didn't count anyway because Bruce Brown missed the dunk. But no, another good job there blocking. I think the Nets have 4 or maybe 5 blocks so far in this first half. Definitely doing a good job. Better than some other games here on the defensive end. But right now, with 2:55 to go in the first half, Nets still with the lead right now, leading at 54-47. Jacob says Brooklyn refs. I wouldn't say that. When the Bucks have shot 11 free throws and the Nets have only shot 5, I think it's pretty obvious what's going on right now. Just saying. Jacob also says, who's better, Curry or Curry? Curry. There's my answer. That's who's better. That's who's better. I think Del Curry is better than both of his sons. There, I said it. I don't even care if I get roasted for it. I think Del Curry's the best of all three Currys. I don't know how much of a hot take that is. It's probably somewhat of a hot take. But while I let you guys take that in here, we are going to step aside again to get another quick word from our sponsors. So we're getting a major thank you and shout out to our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Basketball Podcast Network. Again, guys, make sure when you sign up for DraftKings to use our promo code, which you can see in the bottom right corner, TBPN, and tell them Neil Villapiano sent you. So once again, welcome to this live watch along of our game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets, a big time matchup here on a Thursday evening. Nets right now with the 54-47 lead. You know, for the Bucks perspective, they want to continue to climb in the standings to get themselves a better chance to potentially get a home court advantage. For the Nets, this is a much more crucial win because they're trying to not only climb up in the standings, but also trying to keep a team like the Charlotte Hornets behind them and not put themselves in a position where they're playing in the 9-10 game if they can avoid it. Obviously, the best case scenario for the Nets is that they win this game tonight, win the other 6 games, and go 7-0, you know, in their last 7 games, and maybe really climb up to even just the 6th seed. I think that's the best case scenario. The highest they could go is probably the 6th seed. But again, it's not about will the Nets not get a chance to play in the play-in or even play in the playoffs. It's a matter of where they're going to finish with regards to the standings, and that's something that we have to keep our eye on here as this season progresses. Jacob says, use the code THPN and TBPN to help my daddies out. Yeah, absolutely. Also, go leave a like and subscribe to our sister network, the Hockey Podcast Network. They do live watch-alongs of every single team in the National Hockey League. They got a really good following over there, trying to build a good following as well over here, guys. So make sure you go support them as well. And also have some of the guys come over here and support us by liking and subscribing. We'd really, really appreciate it 100%. But again, guys, 2:55 and ticking to go here in the first half as we're back to action here as Seth Curry gets over to Dragic. So as now Kyrie comes out the game. KD stays in now. Dragic gets it over to Kyrie, but a foul call here on Wesley Matthews as Matthews being a little bit aggressive there on that one, and KD getting a little bit frustrated. Kind of interesting that they put Wesley Matthews on KD. Speaking of KD, gets the ball right now. KD backing down on Wesley Matthews. Spins to his right, gives over to Dragic. Dragic for a three-point shot. No good off the back iron. Rebounded by Giannis. Onto the Kumpo now. Will look, gives it over to Bobby Portis, gives it now to George Hill. George Hill will drive the lane, lead off the glass, and it's no good. Rebounded by Drummond, gets over to Bruce Brown, and the Nets will come the other way. KD, he'll pull up for a three-point shot over Giannis, and it's no good off the left side. Rebounded by the Bucks. Here comes Giannis with speed, gets it off, and he'll lay it up and in. Nice, sweet, right-handed layup there by Giannis over KD. And the Nets now, their deficit is Their lead now is cut to 5, 54-49. Gives over to Drummond, now to Seth. Seth Curry, another three-point shot. That one is good. Seth Curry with a nice three-point shot. And the Nets are back up by 8 here, 1:50 to go. Turnover there by Giannis. Nets coming the other way. Dragic tried to get over to Seth, and he turns it over as well. And Seth just smiling there, and boy, these teams cannot dribble the basketball well today. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it was the pregame meal or something like that, but these teams are not passing the ball that well. A lot of turnovers so far in this one. Middleton, top of the key, gets over to Bobby Portis. Portis for a three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Giannis, and he'll slam it down on the rebound with one hand. Not much you could do there, but you got to find a way to box him out. I know it's tough. 57-51 Nets, 1:20 to go here in the first half. Now KD on Wesley Matthews, he's one-on-one, loses the ball, and it's taken away by Middleton. Middleton with numbers, he'll throw it off the glass, and it's good. Chris Middleton with a nice layup there, and the deficit now to 4, 57-53, with exactly 1 minute to go here in the first half. Bucks have 13 points off turnovers, while the Nets have 5. So that's a pretty big difference as well. Bounce pass to Drummond, kicks out to a wide open Bruce Brown for a three-point attempt, and he twists it. Bruce Brown, another big-time three-point shot, and it's now 60-53 Nets with 43 seconds to go in the first half. As Middleton kicks it over to Giannis, who's guarded by Bruce Brown, drives to the left side. Now he fakes the jump shot, kicks it back out to Middleton. Giannis goes down, no foul call. Middleton, 5 seconds to shoot, drives to the right, gets bumped, gives over to Giannis. Giannis fakes the three, kicks it back to Middleton. Middleton, right as the buzzer expires, clock expires, and Middleton knocks down the three. And so it's now 60-56 Nets, 22 seconds to go in the first half. Nets can hold for the final shot here if they want to. KD being pressured right up near center court by Wesley Matthews, pushes him off, no foul call, 8 seconds to go in the first half. KD gets a screen on the left side by Drummond, gives it over to Drummond. Drummond bullies his way over Giannis, puts the layup up, no good, rebounded by George Hill, throws it up at the buzzer, and he completely misses, and that will do it for the first half here. So the Nets, who have at one point or another had a 10-point lead, have just a 4-point lead after one half of play. So it's been a good one so far, back and forth. And we'll see what these teams have for us here in the second half when it gets underway. As Jacob says, let me know it's 3-1 Boston over the Devils. So that's not ideal considering I'm also a Devils fan, but what are you going to do? But before we continue here, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about when we recap what's gone on so far in this one, we're going to step aside to get another word from our sponsors. And welcome everybody to the the halftime report here of our game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. At the half, the Nets with a small lead here, 60-56 over the Bucks. For the most part, guys, the Nets have pretty much had the lead. The Bucks had basically one lead so far this game. And you do have to say this. The biggest reason, in my opinion, that the Bucks are, been able to stay in this game is quite frankly because of the amount of turnovers. Look at it right here. You look at it. 7 turnovers for the Bucks, 8 turnovers for the Nets. Now, that's pretty even, right? Very, very even. The biggest difference, though, is that you look at this. Points off turnovers. The Nets have actually ended up giving up a lot more points off turnovers. And so the Bucks have been able to score a lot when they take those opportunities. As the Nets, they've had a lot of situations where they've gotten a takeaway, but they end up turning over the ball in the very next possession anyway. So it's kind of been a frustrating thing. But from still the same perspective, the Nets have been able to knock down a lot of shots, particularly from the three-point line. You look at it, where's the 3 points? 3-point shot. The Nets have knocked down 9 of 16 of their 3-point shots. That's good for 56.3%. While the Bucks have made just 6 of their 22 attempts, which is for 27.3 points. Kevin Durant, with actually a pretty quiet game from a point perspective, he has 7 points on 3 of 6 shooting, but he also has 5 rebounds and 7 assists. So he's actually been productive in some other aspects. While Giannis Antetokounmpo has been the main man right now for the Bucks, 20 points, 8 of 11 shooting, 5 rebounds. And if Giannis is able to get 30 points tonight, which I think is very likely, and his shooting percentage is over 50 points, it'll be the 8th consecutive road game that Giannis has 30 or more points and a 50 or better shooting percentage. Leading scorers so far in this one, Giannis with 20, Middleton with 12, Pat Connaughton with 11, Wesley Matthews with 6. For the Nets, Bruce Brown with 10, Kyrie Irving with 9, Seth with 8, Kevin Durant with 7. So obviously, Katie and Kyrie, definitely you'd like to see them get going a little bit more in the second half. But again, they are winning this game, which is the most important part. If the Nets are able to find a way to win this game, even with guys like Katie and Kyrie not putting up gaudy numbers, I think that shows that the Nets are starting to find different ways to win games, which is very important. Some more comments here. My wonderful mother saying, Nets are winning, but it's sloppy. Hope we can do better in the second half. You're absolutely right. Again, look at this. The thing is just blowing my mind. There have been a total of 15 turnovers in this game. 15 turnovers. And then 18 of the points we've seen this game have come off the turnovers, which doesn't seem like a lot. It doesn't seem like a lot, but at the same time, it's still unacceptable. And from both Mike Budenholzer's perspective and Steve Nash's perspective, they want to find a way to cut down on those turnovers, get some more crisp passes, and lead to more good shot selections. That's the important thing. Jacob says, I need Giannis 34 to get 48.7 points. He has 20, so he'd need 28, 29 in the second. I mean, that would be quite impressive. I wouldn't mind if he did that and the Nets won. But again, if he ends up dropping 49 or even 50 and the Bucks don't win, that would mean that the Nets would have almost a Herculean effort in the second half. We'll see if it's possible. What's going on, Isha, aka the City Life Project? Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. Really do appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. He says, sick hoodie. Thank you. I saw this on I think it was Fanatics. I was looking for a new sweatshirt because I've grown out of some of the ones that I have. And I saw this one and I said, I got to find a way to get it. So, yeah, it's really cool. Love the Nets logo. Here, you got the main Nets logo on this one. Nets logo here, the Brooklyn as well. And also, I'll show you this really quick. You can't see because it's backwards, but it says Brooklyn on the top of my hoodie. So, yeah, this is honestly one of my favorite sweatshirts to wear, one of my favorite hoodies to wear. I love wearing it, and I'm very excited that I got a chance to wear it for this live watch-along. Because, again, this is the first Nets game that I've done for a live watch-along. It's going to be the first of many, I promise you that. But, yeah, I'm really excited to be wearing it, and I really, really love it. But thank you so much for the compliment, man. Really appreciate it. Jacob says, Isha, please let me out of your basement, Dad. All right, well, we'll see if Isha response to that comment, Jacob. But yeah, again, at the same time, it's been a really good back and forth game between two of the best teams in the NBA. And yes, I am fully aware of the fact the Nets are in the play-in situation right now. So from a record standing, yeah, are they really one of the better teams? One of the top teams? No. But at the same time, you're talking about teams that faced off against one another in a really, really back and forth, drama-filled 7-game series in the second round of the playoffs last year. And the Nets want to find a way to get their revenge. And the last time the Nets and Bucks played, about a month and change ago, Kyrie Irving had himself a phenomenal game where he almost single-handedly was able to beat Giannis and the Bucks. And we beat them in Milwaukee, which was huge. So now the Nets have another opportunity here, if they can win, to get another win against the Bucks, which again gives them confidence. And that's something that you really, really want to see moving forward. For the Nets, it's not just about winning games, honestly. It's also about gaining that confidence. Andrew says, good thing you're not covering the Devils game tonight. Otherwise, you'd be losing it. I don't know if I'd be losing it. I'd obviously be disappointed because it's now 4-1 Devils over the Bruins. Talking hockey really quickly here. Because a lot of people here that are interacting are hockey fans. It is kind of unfortunate. But again, you're going to have games like this, especially when the team is still learning and everything like that. But you still got the rest of the second period and the third to come back in this one. And this Devils offense is more than capable of scoring multiple goals at a time. So, I just want to see the team compete. That's what I want at the end of the day. That's the only thing I care about. But some halftime stats again. Again, the free throw difference is phenomenal. Look, 10 of 11 are the Bucks, 3 of 5 of the Nets. The free throw attempts is where it's kind of like interesting. The Nets have actually done really well with their bench points, 22, while the Bucks only have 13. Bucks, not surprising, dominating in the paint right now, points in the paint with 26, while the Nets have 16. If the Nets can find a way to get a bunch more points in the paint and kind of take the Bucks game and shove it back in their face, that just gives them an even bigger chance to win this game. And like I said before, as a Nets fan and somebody who covers the team, I don't care about the Nets blowing out the Bucks or anything like that. All I care about is, can this Nets team win? Because again, the Nets really, really can't afford to lose any games the rest of the way. So when you look at their schedule, let's actually look at the Nets schedule for the rest of the season, because I think it's important. Let me find it first. Some other scoreboard here. Is anything interesting? Atlanta blowing out the Cavaliers right now, 63-50. So this is very big. That's very big. Pistons in a dogfight with the Sixers, 66-62. Lakers up by 10 on Chicago, and the Lakers play the Utah Jazz later. So there's that. You look at the schedule and we go all the way down. Well, you guys can't see it, but I'll look at it. So again, you play Milwaukee tonight, then you're in Atlanta on Saturday, then next Tuesday at home against the Rockets, then on Wednesday, April 6th, you're at the Garden taking on the Knicks, and then you play Cleveland and then Indiana. So the season comes to an end for the Nets, and season comes to an end in general on the 10th of April. So about a little bit less than 2 weeks until the season is over. So you got Atlanta, Houston, the Knicks, Cleveland, and Indiana. So when you look at those games, Atlanta is going to be tough, especially because the game will be in Atlanta. But I think the Nets can definitely win it. They'll have tomorrow off, and then they'll play on Saturday night. So there's that. And you will have KD and Kyrie playing with that one. Then you're at home against the Rockets, a team you should absolutely smoke. And then you're playing the Knicks the very next night at the Garden. Again, you should be able to beat them. Then you play the Cavaliers. That could be a big game depending on where the teams are in the standings once we get to that point. And then you play Indiana. So when you look at it, Houston, the Knicks, and Indiana are the 3 teams that you should definitely beat. Cleveland and Atlanta are going to be the ones that you wonder to yourself, what type of Nets team are we going to get? And I think it's fair to say that in general, what type of Nets team we're going to get. You just got to look at it that way. So we'll see. But again, the Nets really can't afford to lose any more games. I'm sorry. So if the Nets can win tonight, that'll be this one. That'll be Milwaukee, and then Atlanta. And then if they can win that, if they can win the rest of their games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they would end the season on a 7-game winning streak. And I think from a confidence standpoint, from a chemistry standpoint, and certainly from a standings standpoint, all of that would be good. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that the Nets can't go 7-0. the main questions are simply this: how does Steve Nash coach this team? How does he get this team going here? Do they play at lackadaisical? What do they do? What do they do? By the way, Andrew, in case you want to know, which I'm sure you already know, it's now 5-1 Boston over the Devils. So this one has certainly gotten out of hand here, and we're not even halfway through the game. So yeah, and again, in a way, I am kind of glad that I'm not covering this game, and I haven't really been watching it per se, because the game that I'm covering has been a lot more interesting, considering it's only a 4-point game. But I just wanted to give you an update on that. But again, the Nets need to win this game tonight. There's no question about it. Losing it will suck in more than ways than one, especially with the Cleveland Cavaliers losing right now. And if they do end up losing that game, you have a chance to really, really get close to them in the standings. I think that's important because here's the thing. The only team the Nets probably don't want to face in a playoff series or anything like that is the Toronto Raptors, because Kyrie's not vaccinated. He can't play in road games in Toronto. Other than that, Kyrie can play in every single game. So there's that. And again, do I agree with Kyrie not getting vaccinated? No, I don't. But it's the world that we live in. The world we live in. And you know what? I will say this, and you guys will laugh at this. But however the Nets season ends, I'm still going to be like, whew, that's kind of the way that I look at it. So I'll still be just relieved when the season is over, regardless of how it happens, whether I'll be happy, disappointed, sad, whatever the case may be. I'm going to step aside for just a moment, guys, so I'll be back in 1 second because I'm just going to go get my water. All right, sorry about that, guys. Second half just got underway here. Again, 60-56 is the score as we begin the second half here. As Drew Holiday gets over to Brook Lopez for a three-point shot, no good off the front rim, and then it's tipped over to Drew Holiday, and the Bucks now have a chance for another opportunity. That shot's no good, but the follow-up there, a two-handed slam by Giannis, and the Bucks cut the deficit to 2. Let's see. Isha says, "What are you eating?" Well, actually, this is just the empty remains of some ice cream that I had before. So, don't know why I was doing that, but I guess I'm just trying to get to every single last little bit here. It's a layup attempt there was no good by Drew Holiday. It'll go out of bounds, but it will be last touch off the nets. Jacob says, "I'm eating the bugs down here in your basement, Nisha." Yeah, Jacob just continuing to go off as Kevin Durant on the first Nets offensive possession. He knocked down a sweet jump shot that twished through. He's just unbelievable how good he is with that. Now Giannis trying to push his way through, and a foul call here against Kevin Durant. KD does not like that call as he's looking for an explanation. So we'll see it again here on the replay. Is Giannis, he put his arm on KD. I don't really know how that could be more a defensive foul, but it's Giannis, and that's what he does. And now another turnover by the Bucks, taken away by Kyrie. Gives it to Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown puts it off the glass, no good. Off the rim, no good, Get rebounded by Middleton. Now Giannis will drive it to the lane, but a foul call here, and I believe it's going to be a reach-in by Seth Curry. So that's already the second foul against the Nets since the second half started here. We're only, 82 seconds into it, 10:38 to go in the third quarter. Nets up by 4 right now. Off the inbound, gets over to Drew Holiday. Holiday bounced past to Middleton on the right side. Middleton being guarded by Brown. Middleton drives, gets his shot blocked by Bruce Brown. Another block by Brown. Now the Nets come the other way. Seth Curry slowly makes his way as he's being guarded by Matthews. Gets a screen from Drummond. And now Curry drives, gives it over to Kyrie. Kyrie Irving now being guarded physically by Middleton. Tried to make a pass inside. Bruce Brown gets to it. He's able to get it to Kyrie, or almost got to it. Last touch by the Bucks. And so the Nets will inbound it here in the zone. 2.3 seconds to go on the shot clock here, as some good hustle by Bruce Brown there. He tried to get it to Kyrie, but then I believe it was Chris Middleton who punched the ball out of bounds. Now we'll see what the Nets can do here with 2 seconds to shoot. Gets over to KD. KD pull up jump shot. No good off the far rim. And now the Bucks rebound and come the other way. Giannis being guarded by Bruce Brown. Giannis backs down on Brown. Giannis gives it over to Matthews. Matthews wide open three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Kyrie, and then given over to Bruce Brown. Nets looking to come the other way. Brown drives to the right side, and he'll just lay it up and in with no defense. And Bruce Brown with another nice shot. And the Nets up by 6, 64-58. Bucks are 1 for 7 so far shooting from the field here to start this second half. Make it 1 for 8, and then Giannis makes it 2 for 9 as he makes the shot and gets the foul call. And so Giannis, for the 4th time or 3rd time in this game, will go to the line to try to complete the N1. But again, just Olay defense there from Wesley Matthews on that drive by Bruce Brown. You see this layup attempt, no good by Drew Holiday, and then Giannis is able to push his way through and get himself a bucket. Giannis 24 points on 10 of 13 shooting, 7 rebounds, 3 assists right now. As now he'll look to try to make another free throw attempt. Shot is up, and it is good as it hits off the front rim but goes in. 64-61 Nets now, 9:26 and ticking to go in the third quarter. Kyrie gets it over to KD. Now drop pass over to Kyrie. Kyrie gives it to Drummond. Now back to Kyrie. Now he'll take a long three-point attempt, and he knocks it down. Kyrie Irving off a nice screen from Drummond. Kyrie gets himself his first bucket of the second half. And he makes it 67-61. Nets now 10 of 17 from the three-point line. As Giannis with a jump shot, no good. Rebounded over to Kyrie. And now the Nets come the other way. Kyrie gets over to KD. Both guys go down. No foul call at all. Now KD, he'll pull up for a jump shot, and that one is no good. Just a little bit too much touch there from KD. And now here come the Bucks the other way. Middleton drives to the right side, pulls up for a mid-range jump. No good off the front rim, but a foul call here. Another foul call. I believe it's going to be against Seth Curry. I am so flabbergasted by these foul calls. It's really interesting as, again, it looked more like a push-up from Middleton, but they ended up calling a foul, and it's going to be free throw attempts for Middleton. He takes the first one, he makes it. And I got to be honest, that's kind of been one of the only things that has kept the Bucks in this one is Seth Curry now with 4 fouls. So he has to come out early in this third quarter as Patty Mills will come in. So I'm sure Seth will have to sit for quite some time. Middleton's second free throw attempt is good. Make it now 67-63 Nets, 8:38 and ticking to go in the third quarter. Bucks 13 of 14 from the free throw line. Nets 3 of 5. I mean, is it not obvious that it's been heavily dominated? The fouls have been heavily dominated by the Nets. I mean, the ref's not really giving a whole lot of slack to the Nets as Bruce Brown on Giannis. Gets a screen from Drummond. Now he pulls up for a mid-range jump shot. No good. Fighting for the rebound there, and Giannis gets it, hits it off his foot, dribbles around Patty Mills, and now Giannis will come the other way. As he fakes it there, almost looked like a travel, and I believe they did call it. So they called the travel on Giannis there. And so there you go. What's going on, Josh? Good to see you, my friend, as always. Hope you're doing well today on this Thursday evening. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. Oh, we got somebody who's just a recent subscriber of the Basketball Podcast Network, Elijah Bonds. He says, Neil, what's up, my guy? What's going on, Elijah? How you doing today, my friend? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Really, really do appreciate it. Elijah, while you're here, my friend, leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. As a nice 3-point shot there. Who was that? I missed that one. I believe it was Kyrie who knocked that one down. 70-63 Nets, 7:40 to go in the third quarter. But Elijah says, Bucks in 6. Nets win this one possibly. It's possible. Possible. It's a nice two-handed slam by Brook Lopez. But the Bucks have been able to keep it close despite the Nets shooting very, very well. And we'll see if the Nets shooting quiets down. As now another 3-point attempt is good from Bruce Brown in the corner. Oh my goodness, Bruce Brown, 15 points tonight so far. And then Drew Holiday with a response knocks down the 3. 73-68 Nets, 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. But yeah, Elijah, I mean, it's possible Nets can win this one. I'd love to see if they can win this one. So now KD drives to the right side, almost got double team, gives it to Drummond. Drummond gives over to Brown. Brown, 3-point over Giannis is no good off the far right side. Rebounded by Middleton. So the Bucks will slowly come the other way here. Now a long pass to Giannis, gets it. And a foul call here, even though Giannis lost his balance, but a foul call on Drummond here. So another foul against the Nets. It's ridiculous the amount of foul calls we're getting, especially from the Nets' perspective. It's getting ridiculous here. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. But nonetheless, 6:35 to go in the third quarter. Nets continuing to hold on to the lead. They lead it right now, 73-68. As Elijah says, Neil is the best. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you for the comment, man. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate the compliment 100%. 100%. Leave a like on the stream, Elijah, while you're here if you haven't already. I would appreciate that as well, 100%. What's going on? JT Ramirez says Nets 22 champs. Dude, I hope you're right. I'd love for that to be the case. He also says, as he always says, Cowboys winning the Super Bowl next year, the Maple Leafs winning the Cup. We'll see if any of those predictions are right, JT. But while you're here, boss man, leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. You already know it helps out the channel tremendously. And we are going to step aside while we have a commercial break to get another quick word from our sponsors. So again, a big thank you and shout out to our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Basketball Podcast Network. Make sure, as always, guys, when you sign up for DraftKings, use our promo code TBPN and tell them Neil Villapiano sent you. So we're just almost approaching the halfway point of this third quarter. Again, it's been pretty much a back and forth game. The Nets have been leading for the most part. They've had it the lead up to as many as 11 points, but the Bucks, especially with some help from the refs, the amount of free throw attempts they've had, have been able to stay relatively close here in this one. Elijah says Nets could, but the Leafs and Cowboys probably not. All right, so Elijah giving his own words to JT there. What's going on, Jamal? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well today on this Thursday evening. Leave a like on the stream while you're here. Really does help out the channel, my friend. And also, if you haven't subscribed, that would also be greatly appreciated, man. He says, I finally come to the conclusion I would drink Taylor Swift's bathwater. I love how it took you a long time for that, man. It's a little bit strange, but hey, whatever helps you sleep at night, man. That was an interesting comment nonetheless. What's going on, Kyle Scott, man? Good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. He says, hi. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate it. Kyle says, Neil, what's your favorite team? Well, if it isn't obvious, which I think it is, I am a Brooklyn Nets fan, been a Nets fan my entire life, was a Nets fan when we had Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, Vince Carter, went through those years, the tough years here in Brooklyn, and been a Nets fan my whole life, man. Hopefully that answers your question. I know for a fact, Kyle, that you are a big LA Clippers fan. You got to be happy with Paul George dropping 34 last night and that comeback win. That must have been awesome. What's going on, Danny Judah 144? Thank you so much for the comment, man. Appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream, Danny, while you're here, as well as subscribe. Really does help out the channel. And again, guys, if you are new to the channel and you like what you see and you do subscribe, let me know in the chat that you did subscribe so I could shout you out here on the stream. He says, at work, listening in. We appreciate it, man. 73-70 here as Giannis just made his 2 free throws. 73-70 Nets, 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dude's profile picture is Capri Sun. Nothing wrong with that, though. Nothing wrong with that. Danny Judas says, let's go, Brooklyn. Absolutely. Has a nice shot there. But Kevin Durant is good. It's now 75-70 Nets. Danny Judas says, let's go Brooklyn. Let's go Brooklyn indeed. Leon Draisaitl said he's literally wearing a Nets shirt. Nets is good. They have a stacked team. Well, first of all, thank you for the comments, Leon Draisaitl. Really do appreciate it, my friend. Leon, while you're here, leave a like on the stream if you haven't already and subscribe. Really does help out the channel tremendously. Ivan Romanov, what's going on? Ivan, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well today on this Thursday evening. He says, go Nets. The Bucks are a good team, but I hope we win this one. I'm with you, Ivan. I'm with you. Right now, Nets up 75-70, 5:57 to go in the third quarter. Another foul call against the Nets. This one is on KD. And, dude, KD didn't even touch him. Giannis completely flopped on that one. But they gave him the foul call anyway, so Giannis will shoot 2 more free throws. What's going on, Jonathan? Good to see you, my friend, as always. Leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe if you haven't already. Really does help out the channel. He says, I was looking for Neil on THPN. Yeah, no, I'm not on there today. I'm here on the Basketball Podcast Network trying to do some basketball games as well. Jonathan says, Jacob told me you were here. I am here indeed. I'm watching this game on TV. Yeah, if you're in the local area, it is on Yes Network. But if you want to watch the game on national TV, it's over on TNT if you want to watch this one. Refs wearing Bucks jerseys. Truer words were never spoken. It's been very obvious in this one. Giannis' second free throw attempt is good. 75-72 now. The Nets lead with 5:52 to go in the third quarter. Bucks have made all 7 of their free throw attempts in this quarter, while the Nets haven't even had one, which, again, very obvious what's going on. Everybody shout out Danny Judah, the newest subscriber of the Basketball Podcast Network. Thank you so much, Danny. Really appreciate this, you liking and subscribing, my friend. Welcome to the Basketball Podcast Network. We appreciate your support. There's a nice jump shot there, just off the front rim by the Nets, rebounded by the Bucks. Elijah Bond says, Jacob, who do you think goes all the way this year? Not Jacob Neal. Who do I think? I think out of the East, it's tough because there's a lot of good teams. I think the Bucks probably have the best chance because they're the deepest team when it comes to chemistry and things like that. Out of the West, I think you look at it could be Phoenix. It could be, the Grizzlies could definitely make some noise. They have shown that they are a battle-tested team. So I think I'd go with that. I'd probably say the Grizzlies as Giannis drives the lane and it's good. And make it now a 1-point lead here, 75-74. 5 minutes to go in the third. As KD driving to the left side, pulls up for a jump shot, and that one is no good. Rebounded by Bobby Portis, and here comes the Bucks the other way. Holiday loses the ball, taken away by Kyrie, and he gets fouled hard by Giannis, who was looking for the charge there, but the ref calls a blocking foul. So finally, we get a foul call against the Bucks. JT says, Nets. We got another new subscriber in the chat. It's Markel Oliver. Thank you so much for subscribing, Markel. Really appreciate it, man. Also, make sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Thank you so much. 100%. Everybody shout out Markel, the newest subscriber, one of the newest subscribers of the Basketball Podcast Network. Clippers to conference finals. Dude, if they could get fully healthy, Kyle, they very well could. Jacob says it's 8-1 Boston over the Devils in the second period. That's great. I'm really glad I'm not watching it now. Leon says maybe the Nets or Bucks. I think it's possible. The 3-point attempt by Kyrie is good. Kyrie Irving with some good defense on him from Grayson Allen. He knocks it down. 78-74 Nets. 4:21 to go in this third quarter. Jamal says, I'm a T-Wolves fan. We're okay this year. I think the T-Wolves are honestly a team that could very well make some noise down the road. They got some good pieces, and now with Alex Rodriguez doing kind of working with the team, I think they definitely could do some things. It's a great one-handed block by Claxton on Wesley Matthews. As I think the Nets have now like 7 or 8 blocks in this game. They have really done a good job of blocking shots. Beast Ninja 7 says, can the refs be any more obvious? Dude, they're making it so painfully obvious. Nets have 6 blocks. I feel like they have more than 6. They have 6. But Beast Ninja, leave a like on the stream, my friend. I know you've been here before, but good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you're doing well today. What's going on? Kevin711, still one of my favorite names. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Really helps out the channel. He says, yeah, go Wolves. Leon looks pissy. In that picture, maybe a little bit. Markel Oliver says, I think the Grizzlies or Suns will win it all this year. I probably wouldn't, other than like if they beat the Nets in the finals, other than that, I probably wouldn't be that mad if the Grizzlies or Suns won it. Both of them would finally get it. Either one of them would win their first ever championship, which would be pretty cool. Leon says, I have 50 goals this season. SMD. Hey, totally get it, man. It's a very good player. Let's see what he does once he gets in the playoffs. 80-76 Nets right now. Now Middleton throws it off the ref and out of bounds. It'll be another turnover there. So it'll be Nets ball here. 3:19 to go in the third quarter. Again, it has been a dogfight since this one began. Okay, this is funny. This is actually funny. This is Kevin Chew on my Johnson. Okay, fair enough. I feel like that also could be a name for somebody if they're called Kevin Johnson. The Kevin Chew on my Johnson. I feel like you could do that. Well, Markel says, who is your MVP this year? You know, we were talking about this earlier in the stream, Markel, and fair enough, you weren't here before. As Kyrie Irving with a 3-point shot that's no good. I think right now it's probably going to end up being Embiid. I think the media really wants it. I think a lot of, everybody's been talking about Embiid left and right. So and Embiid has had a really good year anyway. So I think it'll end up being Joel Embiid. That would be my best guess. Jamal says Oilers eliminated. Well, they're not eliminated yet, Jamal. Still a lot of hockey left to play. So we'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens. But we get a timeout here. 2:56 to go in the third as the Nets continuing to hold on to a slim lead here as it's now 80-76 over the Milwaukee Bucks. As Kevin says, no, Oilers got swept. Well, that was last year. We'll see what happens this year. But we'll step aside again for another moment to get in a quick word from our sponsors. So again, a big shout out to our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Basketball Podcast Network. Make sure, as always, guys, when you sign up for DraftKings to use our promo code TBPN and tell them Neil Villapiano sent you. So once again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight for this live watch along between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. It is currently 80-76 Nets with 2:56 to go in the third. Also, my name is Neil Villapiano. I'm the host of the Bridge to the Nets podcast here on the Basketball Podcast Network, which covers the Brooklyn Nets. Make sure you guys go check out the podcast. New episodes every single Friday. So we'll have a new episode coming out tomorrow, April 1st. No, it's not a joke. It's not April Fool's. I will definitely have an episode out tomorrow. So make sure you guys go check it out. Subscribe as well. I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. Got some more comments here as Andrew says, Devils getting destroyed. Yes, they are. I am not paying attention. I don't want to pay attention. Please stop giving me updates. It hurts my soul. Leon says, imagine naming your son Maximus Johnson. Somebody has done that. I guarantee you, Leon, somebody has done that. JT says, imagine dragging my Johnson on your face. That's actually really good, JT. I love you guys are good. You guys are good with the jokes today. I like it. You put me in a good mood. I appreciate it. Markel says, I can't watch the game, no TNT. Oh, you're from Puerto Rico. How about that? Well, actually, interesting enough, Markel, my sister lives in Puerto Rico as well, my friend. But, dude, thank you so much for showing your support, even over in Puerto Rico, man. We really, really do appreciate it 100%. And I'm doing my best to give you guys updates as this game goes along. Got another new subscriber in the chat, Frosty. He just said he subscribed. Thank you so much, Frosty, for subscribing, man. Really do appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream as well. Really goes a long way in helping out the channel. We've already had 3 new subscribers since this stream started. Let's continue to build this up, guys. Thank you so much, Frosty. And shout out, Frosty, one of the newest subscribers here of the Basketball Podcast Network YouTube channel. Andrew says, I know it hurts, but just saying, playoff run ain't happening. We talk about the Oilers? I mean, what were you necessarily talking about? Is Bobby Portis with a 3-point shot finally gets himself going here? So he cut the deficit to 1, 80-79 Nets, 2:40 to go in the third quarter. As Johnson gets over to KD. KD pulls up for a mid-range jumper and he knocks it down. Kevin Durant, nice spots there, makes it a 3-point lead. Frosty says NFL QB Brad Johnson names his son Maximus Johnson. Does he really, Frosty? Please tell me that's real. I would love to know if that was real. I really hope that's the case. As now Drew Holiday being guarded by James Johnson. Gets a screen. Holiday spins around Patty Mills. Patty Mills got hit in the face. No foul call, but a good takeaway there by Claxton. And did they call a jump ball or a foul here? I believe they called a foul. I'm not sure. We'll see. Andrew says, Devils obviously haven't been doing much all season. They've been scoring a lot more of late, but not doing a whole lot tonight. You know, just for kicks, what's the score? It's that commercial break, thank God. But we got 2:08 to go here in this third quarter, 82-79 Nets. There will be a jump ball in the Buck zone between Drew Holiday and Nick Claxton. I would be really upset if Claxton can't win this. There's a huge size difference. As Giannis is on the bench right now clapping and cheering on his team. He's getting a rest. Here's the tip-off, and how the hell did Drew Holiday win that? Claxton didn't even jump, but it was won by Holiday, and now the Bucks will set up as Holiday puts it off the glass off Claxton and in, and he cuts the deficit to 182-81 Nets here, 152 to go in the third. Kevin says, Devils are low-key kind of good. They will be in the future, Kevin. They will be in the future. That's for sure. That shot there is good by Kevin Durant. 84-81. KD continuing to respond to the Bucks' shots here. As now Holiday tried to get it, and it's tipped up in the air and intercepted by Goran Dragic. And now KD will come the other way. Bounce pass to Dragic. Tries to the right side. Tries to get it over, and it's intercepted and taken away by Drew Holiday. So more turnovers here from both teams. And then Johnson fouls Holiday on the arm. And so another foul here against the Nets, 1:19 to go in the third. I mean, bro, this is the things that are irritating me tonight about this game, guys, is number one, the amount of turnovers from both teams, which where are we at now? We are at 15 for the Bucks and 10 for the Nets. This is a joke. Now the Nets are over the limit, so the Bucks get to shoot more free throws here. Now Holiday's first free throw attempt is up and good. I still don't think the Nets have had a single free throw attempt in this second half yet, which kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? So now they're showing Kevin Durant talking a little bit with one of the Nets assistant coaches. All right. I'm not sure who that assistant coach name is, unfortunately, so I do apologize for that. Second free throw attempt by Drew Holiday is good. And again, it's a 1-point lead for the Nets, 84-83. Bucks are 19 of 20 from the free throw line. Nets are still 3 of 5. I mean, this is so painfully obvious. KD pushing his way through, gets to the Claxton, and Claxton puts it over Giannis and in. Good job by Nick Claxton there to fight his way through. 1 minute to go in the third quarter, 86-83 Nets. Drew Holiday bounce past to Portis, and Bobby Portis slams it down. So both teams now trading punches here. Nets still up by 1. So now Dragic will get the ball inbounded from KD. Dragic slowly makes his way up into the offensive zone. Gives it over to James Johnson. Johnson, being guarded by Holiday, gets it to KD. Johnson gets Katie gets a screen from Johnson. Katie gets pushed out of bounds, tried to bounce it off of Holiday, and then it's taken away by Holiday. Holiday gets over to Bobby Portis. 3-point attempt is up, and it rims out no good. Rebounded by Claxton. And now Katie comes the other way. 30 seconds to go in the third. Katie pulls up for a mid-range. Jay, too strong off the glass, but it is rebounded by... It looked like it was almost rebounded by... Now throws it up to Giannis. That one's no good, but Holiday gets it back. 60 seconds, lobs it up to Giannis, and he slams it down. So much ridiculousness there, but it leads to finally the Bucks grabbing the lead, 87-86. First lead since it was 21-19, and now we got 8 seconds to go in the third. Nets can hold for the last shot. KD gets the ball knocked out, and it's going to be off of the Bucks. So Nets ball here, 3.7 to go here. We'll see if the Nets can get a final shot off here. So again, this is just kind of ridiculous, like with the amount of no foul calls. It's now former Net Javon Carter coming into the game for 3 seconds, and then he'll probably won't play again. So it gets over to Kyrie. Kyrie drives to the left, gets the ball stolen from him by George Hill. 1 second to go. Javon throws it up. It won't count, and that will do it for the third quarter. So not a great finish to the third quarter. Not necessarily from the Nets' fault. It's been more of just the fact that there have been barely any foul calls against the Bucks, but we are in a dogfight, ladies and gentlemen, and it should be an exciting fourth quarter. JD says, do you know what M stands for? And Jamal says, my 800-pound life. Elijah says, y'all funny. Andrew, oh, Jesus, bro. Elijah says, Neil, big mad. Frustrated. That's definitely true. Elijah says, Nets should win this game. They really should, and I hope that they can get it going here. But before we continue, guys, we are going to step aside for another moment to get another quick word from our sponsors. We are just about ready to begin the fourth quarter of this one. Bucks with just their second lead of the game. They go into the fourth up by 1 at 87-76, but not without some, let's just call it BS, because if you think about it, look at where is the damn free throws. Like, the free throws is a joke. It's 20-5 in free throw attempts in favor of the Bucks. The Nets did not have a single free throw attempt the entire third quarter. It is very obvious what is going on, and I'm trying very hard to not be biased, even though obviously I'm wearing Nets stuff and all that jazz. But it is very obvious what is going on in this game, and I don't like it. I don't like it because it is dictating the game. It is allowing the Bucks to stay in the game, despite the fact that in many other aspects of it, they've been getting beaten up by the Nets. But we'll see if the Nets can push through it. Leon says, refs bad. They are. They are definitely bad in this one. No deal. No, you're 100% right, Leon. Kyle says, Bucks paying these refs bills. Oh, dude. This is one of the most obvious ones. I forgot who said it before, but somebody says can the refs not make it so obvious that they're clearly, doing this? I mean, it's so painfully obvious what's going on. It's ridiculous. Points per game in a month, March 2000, in Nets history. Nets are averaging almost 120 points a game in the month of March, minimum 10 games, just second most they've ever averaged in a month. The most they've ever done was back in January of 2021. This is when we still had the big three. So Not a surprise there. But yeah, definitely since Kyrie's been able to play full time, the Nets offense has gotten a lot more. So fourth quarter is now underway. Kyrie is on the floor. KD is not. It's now Seth Curry back in the game. He's still playing with 4 fouls. James Johnson back to Curry. Gets a screen. Curry pulls up for a three-point shot, and he knocks it down. Seth Curry. Good shot there to begin the fourth quarter. Nets back up by 2, 89-87. Middleton. Back it away, lobs up to Giannis. Giannis loses the ball out of bounds, and it'll be another turnover here for the Bucks. So it'll be Nets ball here. And because I've watched this team enough, guys, Kevin Durant will come back in this game between the 8-minute and 7.5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Mark my words, it's going to happen. Kyrie, Dragic, Curry, James Johnson, and Nick Claxton on the floor right now for the Nets, as a reach-in foul there is called against Chris Middleton. We'll see how many free throw attempts the Nets actually get in the second half. They've yet to have one. They've had 5 the entire game, which is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. Andy's back in the chat. Good to see you again, Andy. Hope you're doing well. Andy, I'm sure you already did it, but if you haven't already, leave a like on the stream. Really would appreciate it. So Dragic gets it to Curry, inbounds it to Curry. So now Curry will get a screen on the left side from Claxton. Curry now dribbles to the left side. He waits, throws it up in the air off the back rim, no good, and it's rebounded by the Bucks. Just about a minute into the fourth quarter here. Middleton gets a screen from Portis. Now gets to Bobby Portis. Portis now to Grayson Allen. Allen back to Portis. Portis drives to the right side. Throws it up in the air, no good. Rebounded by Giannis. He'll push his way, gets fouled, and he missed the shot, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. So once again, another couple of free throw attempts coming for the Bucks. Which, to be fair, that was more of a foul call than really any of the other ones. So I'll give you that. As, Johnson grabbed the right arm of Giannis while he tried to put that up, and Johnson didn't even argue. But now Giannis will go to the free throw line again as he looks to try to make both of these to tie the game up at 89. 10:49 to go in the fourth quarter of a dogfight between these two good teams. Giannis, first free throw attempt is up. And it is good, so it's now a 1-point game here, 89-88 Nets. Again, guys, while you're here, leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. I'd very, very much appreciate it. And if you are new and you do subscribe, let me know in the chat that you did subscribe so I could shout you out here on the stream. We've already had 3 new subscribers. Let's keep it going. Giannis' second free throw attempt is up and also good. And so Giannis ties the game up at 89, 10:49 to go in the fourth quarter. So showing Ben Simmons with some orange sunglasses on the bench. 21 of 22 are the Bucks on the free throw line. Nets still 3 of 5. Have yet to have one single free throw attempt in this second half as Kyrie Irving knocks down a 3-point shot and makes it a 3-point game, 92-89. Kyrie now with 23 points. Is now Middleton with a 3-point shot. No good off the back iron and rebounded by Claxton. Gets over to Seth and then the Nets will come the other way. Seth Curry tries to the right side, tried to get over to Claxton, intercepted by George Hill. Give that another turnover by the Nets. Gets over to Grayson Allen for a 3-point attempt, and that one rolls over and in. And Grayson Allen ties the game up at 92 as we reach just 2 minutes into the fourth. Kyrie looking for something here. Slowly makes his way being guarded by Middleton. Kyrie drives to the left side. Kyrie pulls up for mid-range. Jay gets knocked down. No foul call there. And now the Bucks come the other way. Giannis strikes the lane and slams it down with one hand. And again, another obvious no foul call there. I mean, I can't believe that the refs are continuing to let this happen. It's a joke. But nonetheless, the Bucks grab the lead here, 94-92, 9:46 to go in the fourth. Bucks got 21 fast break points. Nets have 16. Dragic now. Bounce pass over to Kyrie. Kyrie being guarded by Hill. Kyrie almost lost the ball there. Regains it. Kyrie pulls up for another 3-point shot. That one's still good off the front rim. Rebounded by Giannis. Bucks come the other way. Giannis pushing his way off of Seth. Loses the ball. And that'll be out of bounds off of Giannis. So another turnover there, I believe. Did they call a turnover? I believe they did call a turnover. So I think Giannis bounced it, and Giannis can't believe it, even though, Giannis, buddy, you have been getting a lot of foul calls tonight, so I just want to say. Nonetheless, it's Nets ball here, 9:22 to go in the fourth. Nets trailing by 2 here. Dragic slowly makes his way over, gets it over to Johnson. Dragic now with the ball, gets a screen on the right side from Claxton, lobs up to Claxton, gets it. Now he's going to have to regroup, kicks out to Seth Curry. Curry, 7 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. Curry drives to the right side. He kicks it out to Johnson. James Johnson with a three-point shot. That one's no good. Rebounded by Connaughton. Gives over to Giannis, and Giannis will slow it down. 8:55 to go in the fourth. Bucks still up by 2 here, 94-92. Giannis, he'll pull up for a long three-point attempt. That one is no good. Rebounded by James Johnson. Now Nets look to push the other way. Johnson over the left side. He drives in, lays it up, and it's no good. And that one's going to go out of bounds off of the Bucks. So it'll remain Nets ball. Please, for the love of God, get James Johnson out of the fucking game. Sorry, I had to say that because I've been watching this team long enough to know that James Johnson is completely worthless. And now, as I told you guys, Kevin Durant comes back in with 8:38 to go in the fourth quarter. KD has 13 points on 6 of 14 shooting, 10 assists. So a quiet shooting night for KD. As now Dragic fires it up to Claxton, and now the Nets have a 10 to shoot. KD, left side, gets over to Claxton. Claxton will spin around, puts it off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Drew Holiday. What's going on, Jackson Burden? Thank you so much for the comment, man. We do appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. He says, let's go Bucks. We got a Bucks fan. Another new person in the chat as well. Keon saying, game lit. It has been pretty lit of late. It's now a nice shot there. It's now 96-92. Bucks, biggest lead of the game right now for the Bucks. Kyrie gets over to Dragic. Dragic now. He pulls up for a mid-range shot. That one is no good. Rebounded by Connaughton. Jackson also says KD puts sold, needs bucket, what? I'm not sure what that means, but all right. Probably roasting KD. I can understand that, though. So Giannis pulls up for a mid-range shot. That one is blocked, but a foul. No, they called okay, they didn't call a foul. I thought they called the foul, but they actually called the travel against Giannis. So it'll be Nets ball here. 7:43 to go in the fourth. Bucks up by 4 here, 96-92. Steve Nash needs to call a timeout and settle this team down because they're not hitting shots here in this fourth quarter, and they've allowed the Bucks to slowly do what they need to do. Danny says, man, the Nets just frustrate me. Dude, I'm with you. They frustrate me as well. They frustrate me to no end. Drummond kicks it out to Seth Curry for a 3, and he knocks it down. Seth Curry, who may have gotten fouled on that play, he's looking for a foul call, doesn't get it, but he makes the 3-point shot, and it's now a 1-point game, 96-95 here. Again, guys, if you're new, like and subscribe while you're here. Let me know that you do subscribe if you're new, and I'll shout you out here on the stream. Holiday kicks it inside to Matthews. Now back out to Connaughton for a 3, airballs it over the back. No foul call there, but it's rebounded by the Nets. Kevin Durant. Durant now one-on-one with Matthews. Kevin Durant drives to the left side. Loses the ball for a second. Kicks out to Dragic. Dragic, 3-point attempt, and that one's just no good. Rebounded by Holiday. Now the Bucks come the other way. 6:50 to go in the fourth. Holiday dribbles through his legs. He's guarded by Dragic. Drives to the left side. Throws it up. Now kicks it out to Lopez, but a foul call here against Dragic before that one got through. We'll get a stoppage of play. 6:46 to go in this one. Bucks up by 1 here at 96-95 for the Brooklyn Nets. Danny Judas says, thanks, Seth. And then Jacob says, just be happy yelling LA Lakers fans like me. I can agree with that, Jacob. Danny Judas says, can we get some foul calls? No, the refs have made it obvious. We ain't getting anything. Nets are not getting anything tonight. It's been very obvious. And then my wonderful mother says, oh, God. Yeah, I know. It's been frustrating. It's been frustrating. I know I mentioned this before, but again, guys, if you are new to the stream and you like what you see, leave a like on the stream and subscribe as well. New live watch-alongs of every team in the NBA here on the Basketball Podcast Network. Also, again, if you are new, make sure to let me know in the chat that you did subscribe. Like if you're new and you just subscribed, let me know in the chat that you did subscribe so I could shout you out here on the stream. But while we have a break in the action here, we are going to quickly step aside to get another word from our sponsors. So again, a big shout out to our sponsors over at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Basketball Podcast Network. Sign up for DraftKings. Use our promo code TBPN. Tell them Neil Villapiano sent you. So we got 6:46 to go in this one. Bucks right now up by 1, 96-95. And there has been a lot of back and forth action in this one. The only thing I'm going to argue, guys, is that the Bucks would not be anywhere near close to being in this game if it wasn't for the free throw attempts. 22-5. It is so obvious what is going on. It's a joke. Giannis has 37 points, while KD only has 13. And here's the other thing. Giannis has made 11 of said 22 free throws. So again, very obvious what's going on. But I don't want to get into this whole thing unless I have to. Unless I have to later on in the stream. Danny Jr. saying, shout out to Mom in the chat. Absolutely. Shout out to my wonderful mother showing the support as always. Really do appreciate it. Back to the action here. Bucks with the basketball. 10 seconds to shoot. Connaughton kicks over to Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen now being guarded by Drummond. And he gets his pocket picked by Drummond. And then Drummond gets his pocket picked by Drew Holiday. But unfortunately, it's going to be shot clock violation against the Bucks. So it'll be Nets ball. Even though I would argue that that was some of a foul call. As now, Mike Budenholzer arguing that it should have been a new shot clock, even though Budenholzer's a bitch. Excuse me, I had to say that. I sometimes the fan comes out of me, and I do apologize. But it happens sometimes. 22-5, free throw shooting is outrageous. It's so painfully obvious what's going on. So Kyrie drives to the left side, pushes his way through, loses the ball, but they actually called the foul. They actually called the foul. Bestow my heart. I can't believe it. They actually called the foul there. I still can't believe they did that. But there's going to be a foul there. I think it's going to be against Brook Lopez, I believe. I'm not sure. Now, Kyrie will inbound the ball here. 6:18 to go. Kyrie bounce pass to KD. Gets drive on the left side. Gives it to Drummond. Drummond kicks it inside to Brown. He fakes it. Brown gives it to Seth Curry. Throws a floater up, and it's good. Seth Curry. That's a nice little floater, and the Nets back in front here. 97-96. 6 minutes exactly to go in the fourth. It's Connaughton. Fakes the three-point attempt. Gives it back to Drew Holiday. Holiday now. One-on-one with Brown. Kicks it over. Now back out to the three-point line. 7 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. Holiday pulls up. Takes a long three-point shot. Rims out. No good. Rebounded by Drummond. Gives it to Kyrie. And now Kyrie over to KD on the left side. KD being guarded by Middleton. Gets a fake screen from Drummond. Now KD again. Gets a screen on the left side. Goes over to the right. Kevin Durant kicks it in front to Brown. And Brown puts it off the glass and in. Oh, back-to-back good plays there by the Nets. And they grab a three-point lead. 99-96 Nets. 5:24 to go in the fourth. 7-0 run for the Nets. And a timeout by Mike Budenholzer and the Bucks. As KD and the Nets getting some buckets here. Some good distributing of the basketball. And they've been able to get themselves a lead back here, which is good. Really, really good. I just saw, guys, that we have 31 people in here right now watching with us. So again, guys, if you're new, leave a like on this stream if you like what you see. Also subscribe and punch notification bell so you don't miss any new live watch-alongs that we do here on the Basketball Podcast Network. And again, guys, if you are new and you do subscribe, let me know in the chat that you did subscribe, and I could shout you out here on the stream. Danny Jr. saying, yes, let's get some stops too. That would be great, except we know that most likely the refs will probably blow the whistle several times and really, really frustrate the hell out of all of us. I mean, that's just plain and simple. By the way, for anybody who cares about the hockey game I mentioned before, I just flipped over again. It's 8-1 Boston over the New Jersey Devils about 4 minutes into the third period. So hopefully none of you are watching that and you're watching this Nets game along with us. And again, guys, a big thank you to all of you guys hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate the support. Really appreciate you guys interacting with me all night long. I've had a lot of fun doing this game, and we've gotten a good one here. Again, 5:24 to go in the fourth. It is a 3-point game. Biggest lead for the Bucks tonight, 4. Biggest lead for the Nets, 11. For the most part, the Nets have been in front. But, again, when you look at what we've seen in this game, look at this. Again, free throw attempts. 22 attempts for the Bucks, a measly 5 for the Nets. And by the way, the Nets have not had a single free throw attempt in the entire second half. And they're still winning this game. Despite all this adversity and nonsense, the Nets have been able to have this lead right now. But a lot of time left to go in this one. Lots of time to have a lot of crazy things going. But before we continue, guys, we are going to quickly get into the word from our sponsors. So back to the action here in our game out of the timeout. 5:17 to go in the fourth. Nets up 99-96. Giannis now being guarded by Drummond. He drives hard, pushes off Drummond. Now he turns it over, intercepted by Bruce Brown, and Brown's going to go all the way up, and he gets fouled hard. Oh my goodness, that should easily be a flagrant foul. Regardless, though, I think that'll finally be a shooting foul as Middleton goes over to Bruce Brown and checks on him. Brown is just hobbling over, but that was a dangerous foul there. We got another new person in the chat, Manolin Mabunga. Thank you so much for the comment, my friend. We do appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream, Manolin, while you're here, and also subscribe. Really does help out the channel. They say go Bucks. We got another Bucks fan in here, all right? So Bruce Brown kind of slowed up because I don't think he knew how close Middleton was, and then Brown landed hard on his wrist, and you can see how pissed off Bruce Brown was. I appreciate the hustle from Middleton, but still, that was a hard foul that could easily be a flagrant one. I mean, that should be a flagrant foul. Let's call it like he grabbed and he threw him down. Look at this. He pulled him down. It's a joke. And Bruce Brown luckily didn't break his damn wrist on that one. But oh my goodness, that was a hard foul there. As Blake Griffin, who should be playing in this game, was watching on the bench about to explode. But yeah, Bruce Brown looks like he's okay. He got up and looked right at Chris Middleton with a pissed off face like, did you really just do that? And now Bruce Brown just kind of trying to get the feeling back in his hand. I really hope he's okay here. The Nets cannot afford to lose him as now the refs are currently reviewing this play here. Again, this could be a big moment in the game. 5:05 to go in the fourth quarter here. Nets still up by 3. I'm going to watch the replay. I'm sorry. I know that maybe Middleton didn't mean to do it, but still, he knocked Bruce Brown out of midair. So now we'll see what the refs decide. So it looks like they've come to a conclusion here, so we'll see what they end up calling. Or are they watching another replay of it? They took the headset off. So now we'll see as they're talking to Middleton, as now we'll see what the ref decides to call here. This will be a very interesting play. This really should be a flagrant foul. So now we'll see what the ref decides to call here as they've taken the headset off. Again, I believe. They gave him a flagrant 2. Oh my goodness. So Chris Middleton is out for the rest of the game as he's been ejected for a flagrant 2 foul. That is interesting. So a major loss for the Bucks here with 5:05 to go. So Bruce Brown will shoot 2 free throws, the first 2 of the entire second half of the Nets, and they'll keep possession. So that is crazy. Danny Judah says, let's close this game out, Nets. Hold the lead. Oh, wow. I know, that's pretty wild. Another new person in the chat, Rich Culture saying, out of there. I know, man. That is wild. And Budenholzer laughing. Well, you suck, Budenholzer. And you've been getting foul calls all day. So do me a favor, pardon my language, shut the fuck up and just play the game. As Bruce Brown makes the first free throw, it's a 4-point game now. And then Bruce Brown imaginary high fives everybody. Isha says, I'm repainting my house listening to you. What a beauty. Thank you, Isha. I appreciate it. As Bruce Brown twishes both free throws, it's a 101 96 Nets lead, and the Nets will have the ball here. But thank you so much for the compliments, Isha. Appreciate it, buddy. Danny Judah says, if we lose this game now, I'm going to go insane. I'm with you, man. Rich Culture says, bye-bye, bucko. Rich Culture, boss man. Leave a like on the stream as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. 9-0 run for the Nets in the last 2.5 minutes here. As now Kyrie floater is good. And that makes it now 103-96. So a 4-point play there is now Holiday with a 3-point shot. He knocks it down. And it's now 103-99. Isha says, thanks everyone joining. Like and subscribe. Watchalongs every week. Absolutely. Maximus Johnson, love it. I love that you changed your name. I know who you are. You changed your name to say Liberty, Liberty. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maximus. Really do appreciate it, man. Now Bruce Brown drives inside, puts it up, no good, and then it's rebounded by Drummond, kicks it to Curry. Curry in the corner. He's on being guarded by Grace now, and then kicks it back out to KD. 7 seconds to shoot on the shot clock here. KD. Get a little guarded. Now he pulls up for a 3-point shot, and he knocks it down! Oh, my goodness! KD floating, doing a fadeaway 3, and he knocks it down. 106-99 Nets. 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Holiday loses the ball, and taken away by Bruce Brown. 2-on-1 for the Nets the other way. Kyrie lobs up to KD, and he slams it down! Oh, the Nets creating offense from defense, and Budenholzer wants a timeout. With 3:52 to go in the fourth, the Nets up by 9 now, 108-109. Issa says, Neil is swearing. Oh, Nelly, this is fire. This is fire, man. This is what happens. This is what happens, Isha. It's the intensity, man. This is Colin. I know it's you, man, but I love that you changed the name. But again, guys, like and subscribe while you're here. Really would appreciate it, guys, 100%. Like this stream, subscribe, new live watch-alongs, intense like this every single week here on the Basketball Podcast Network. Rich Culture says, a lot of character, my new favorite live channel. Thank you so much, Rich. Really do appreciate the support. Like and subscribe while you're here, man. Thank you so much for the comments. Kyrie just nodding his head, looking at the crowd like, yeah, we're good. But this was nice. 7-Eleven is open. Here tonight is a nice alley-oop slam from Kyrie to KD. Just beautiful. Danny Judah says, KD, hell yeah. Colin says, Liberty Mutual, Liberty Bibbity. Yeah, I agree with that. Colin said, and then Colin changed his name back. He said, Revs can't bail the Bucks out of this one. Still 3:52 to go. A lot of time left, Colin. A lot of time left. Colin says also, Neil is the GOAT. Thank you so much. You guys are the GOATs for hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate all you guys 100%. So out of the timeout here, 3:52 to go. Again, if you're just joining in, there was a flagrant 2 foul about a minute and a half ago against Chris Middleton that ejected him from the game. Nets are right now in a 16-3 run the last 3 minutes, 45 seconds. As Drew Holiday drives in, he gets fouled. Shot no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Jacob says, kabum. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, it's more like LaBum. How about LaBum? Why don't you talk about the Lakers and LaBum, who are like the 10th seed in the Western Conference, Jacob? There's now another timeout here. I believe this one actually is going to be from the Nets. Kind of weird, but whatever. We'll take it. Steve Nash doing his stupid high-fiving. Actually, there's a challenge here. The Nets challenging? What for? I don't know why they're challenging this because it didn't look like – it looked like a foul to me. This is weird. And then Jonathan comes back and says, hey, Jacob, Knights suck. And Jonathan has a Golden Knights logo. So, I don't know. Danny Judah, yeah, dude, I agree. Jacob is hating. Yeah, he is hating. So, we're getting another replay here. We'll see. So, the Nets actually challenged this for a no-foul call, I guess. Oh, you know what? I think Drummond actually got all ball on that one. I think that actually might be a decent challenge as RJ is playing with the green challenge button. RJ's just having so much fun. So much fun. We'll see here. I guess, see, there you could say it's a foul, and then we'll see again here. And yeah, dude, that's actually not a foul. He actually got ball. That actually should be just a jump ball. No? What's going on, 50 Cent? Thank you so much for the comment, man. Appreciate it. 50 Cent, while you're here, leave a like on the stream as well. Subscribe. Really does help out the channel tremendously. Jonathan says, Jacob, Europe, who? Yeah, absolutely. What I love is they're just showing the replay of when Bruce Brown made the 2 free throws off the flagrant 2, and he was just air high-fiving everybody, which is hilarious. Hilarious. Jonathan says, Nets are the best. I'm happy with you saying that. I agree. As now Drummond putting up the 2 thumbs up, hoping to get a right call here. Wow, so the challenge was successful. And then Drummond with the little Johnny Manziel money sign there. As a good challenge there by Steve Nash. And so it looks like it'll just be, a jump ball, or it'll just be Bucks ball? Jacob says, Bozo, what? At Jonathan Garcia. And then Jonathan says, LOL, sup? What's good? Jonathan also goes, Jacob, do you know Malone? Oh, here we go with that. So it'll be a jump ball at center court between Drummond and Giannis. Shouldn't it be Drew Holiday, though, because he was involved in the play? Anyway, it's whatever. As the green light is still flashing here. As I don't know what RJ is doing right now. Oh, he actually turned it off. All right, so there you go. Well done, RJ. So here we go. Jump ball here at center court. And that one is won easily by Giannis. So it'll be Bucks ball. 3:40 to go here in this fourth. Nets up 108-109. Holiday drives to the right side. Gets ball up. And he tried to throw it to Wesley Matthews out of bounds. And they say it was tipped off a net player. So it'll remain Buck ball. ICVR, thank you so much for the comment, man. I really appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream and subscribe while you're here. Helps out the channel. As a takeaway here by Kyrie. He tries to get up, and Giannis is on top of him, and they'll call a jump ball. But Icy, while you're here, leave a like on the stream as well. Subscribe, my friend. Really does help out the channel. Another new person in the chat. Justin saying, go Nets. Love it, Justin. Like and subscribe as well, Justin, while you're here. Really would appreciate it 100%, guys. Love the support you guys are giving me tonight. Dude, how is that not a foul on Giannis? He literally is like giving Kyrie a damn hug, and they call it jump ball, dude. Dude, it's so dumb. It's, I can't wait till this game is over. I just can't wait till this game is over. So another jump ball at center court, and now it's Giannis versus Kyrie. Well, this one's not going to end well, is it? Kyrie's just looking like, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do this, man? This is so dumb. So here we go as Giannis again trying to cheat on this jump. As now that tip is won by the Bucks, and then it was turned over by Bobby Portis. And so it'll be Nets ball here, still up 108-99, 3:21 to go in the fourth. Danny says that's a foul. It was a foul. I agree. Colin says Giannis sucks balls. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Danny Judas says, brah. Seth Curry fakes the 3. Gets to the Kyrie for a 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Giannis. Bucks trying to come the other way with speed. Giannis, he'll drive the lane hard. Punches through. And a blocking. How the fuck is that a blocking foul? Dude, these refs are fucking delusional. This is unbelievable. Giannis is just allowed to act like a fucking football player, lower the shoulder on KD. I mean, that's just a joke. That's such a joke. I can't believe this shit. I can't believe it. So Giannis gets to go to the free throw line for the umpteenth fucking time tonight. As he'll take his 12th free throw attempt is up. And it's no good because you fucking suck. So Giannis misses his first free throw attempt of the night. So there we go. So now Steve Nash calls a timeout with 3:01 to go in the fourth. Nets still up 108-99. Sorry you guys had to hear that. Try not to do that at times, but it happens. It happens. Ball to lie. Rich Colton says bully ball. X Money says, put yourself in the ref's position. You will feel some sympathy for that. No, X Money, first and foremost, thank you so much for the comment. Like and subscribe while you're here, my friend. I don't agree with that because the refs, again, do I have to show it? 23-7 free throw attempts. This is so obvious what's going on, ladies and germs. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous how obvious it is. My wonderful mother, who unfortunately has to hear me do this, she says, unbelievable. This is just inexcusable. You're absolutely right. It is inexcusable. Jacob says, you do understand those refs are the ones who work for the Lakers, right, Neil? So then why are they favoring the Bucks? Explain that, Jacob, if that's your argument. Colin says, Bucks coach said Giannis has great ability to suck in these balls. That's so good. That's so good, Colin. I love it. Colin, you don't bring this intensity to the hockey podcast there. You got to do that more. X Money says Acumpo. Yes. Giannis Antetokounmpo or Kumpo. I don't know which way they say it. Everybody changes. ICVR says, honestly, bro, they not calling any effing fouls. Dude, you're right. You're right. Jacob sucks balls. X Money, hold this tea. X Money says, Giannis put a pay rise on the refs. Probably. You're probably right, X Money. So Giannis will shoot a second free throw attempt. Goes up. And it's also no good. Rebounded by Matthews, though, and he puts it off the glass and in. So Giannis gets bailed out by Wesley Matthews, and they still get the 2 points. 108-101 Nets now, 2:50 to go in this fourth. Nets need to just trade buckets with the Bucks at this point, and they're going to win this game. Seth gives it to KD. Fakes the shot. KD drives to the left side. He drives in. He tries to put it up. No foul call. Give it over to Drummond. Now kicks it to Curry for a three-point shot. No good off the front rim. Rebounded by Giannis. Now here comes Antetokounmpo. He waits. Now he's going to drive the lane. He pushes into, and another blocking foul against the Nets. This time, Drummond. I'm done. I'm about this close to turning this shit off. Because the amount of bullshit, what in the literal hell is Drummond supposed to do when Giannis decides to act like he's goddamn Derrick Henry? It's so dumb. The refs can SMD. Facts, Ivan, facts. Giannis can suck these balls. Yes, I see. Judah says, hold the freaking lead. I agree. Kyle Scott says, refs 99, Nets 108. You are correct, Kyle. You are correct. As we get 2 more free throw shots from Giannis, as Isha, who is not a big basketball guy, is just loving that I'm ranting and raving. How the fuck is that a foul on Drummond? Please explain that to me. Neil is a legend. Thank you so much, Isha, for the comment. Appreciate it. Giannis' free throw attempt is up and good. 108-102 now. But, yeah, thank you guys again for hanging out with us. Like and subscribe while you're here, guys. Really would appreciate it. So, Giannis, who's missed 2 free throws, as JT says, Isha says, this is amazing. And then JT says, I'm about to lose my mind. I'm about to lose my mind as well, JT. Second free throw attempt is up and good. So it's now a 5-point lead here, 108-103. As now Giannis has 14,211 points with the Bucks, ties Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most in franchise history. So there you go. We might see some history tonight. We probably will. That gets over to KD. KD pulls up for a mid-range J, and he knocks it down. Kevin Durant with a good response. 110-103 Nets. With 2:08 to go in the fourth. Holiday, one-on-one with Drummond. He pulls up for a mid-range jump shot. No good off the front rim. Rebounded by Portis, but it was knocked out of the hands by Seth Curry, and it will remain Bucks ball with exactly 2 minutes to go. Fiddlesticks, he made it. City Life Project, you are cool. ICVR says, L. Giannis for getting 8,000 free throws. Yep. Grayson now gets it over there. Holiday, long 3-point attempt. No good. Tipped up in the air. Rebounded by Portis. He puts it back up, but it goes in. Nets 2022 champs, JT. Absolutely, JT. I agree with you 100%. 1:45 to go in the fourth. Nets up 110-105. Bucks have 15 second chance points. The Nets have 5. That is not good. Portis DL over your face. Pause. Kyrie with the spin move. Has the ball now. He takes a fadeaway jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Bruce. He couldn't get the dunk. Picked up by Drummond, and they called the foul. They actually called the foul as Drummond tried to put it up. But Drummond now will look to try to go to the free throw line as he's not good with free throws, but he'll have a chance here. Danny Judah says, defense, please. Yes. Ivan says, I can't with this game. I can't either, man. It's been nuts. Jacob says, Suns 22 champs. It's possible. ICVR says, Kevin will save us. Somebody got to save us. Drummond's first free throw attempt is not even close. He totally bricked that. Oh, God. Watching Drummond shoot free throws is so damn hard. Ivan says, Suns ain't winning. If they're playing the Nets, they're not going to win. 127 to go in the fourth. 110 to 105. If Drummond makes this, it makes it a 6-point lead. Danny Judah says, come on, Drummond. Second free throw attempt is also no good. And so an empty possession there. Nets still up 110 to 105. 120 to go in the fourth. No, Judah, he couldn't. No, Danny, he could not give us at least one. As Holiday drives the lane, he gets fouled. And he's actually holding his left ankle, leg there. So another foul here against the Nets. That one was a little bit more of a foul, but not as much. But this game has grown to a halt here as we've had a lot of foul calls. See here, and yes, I mean, ticky-tacky, honestly. Leon says, I could have made that in my sleep. Yeah, I could have probably made it too, to be honest with you. JT Ramirez again saying fiddlesticks. Love it. Love that we're saying it. Danny says no threes. Absolutely. We don't need threes right now. So Holiday will shoot 2. If he makes both, he'll cut the deficit to just 3. So here we go. Holiday's first free throw attempt is up, and it's good. So it's 110 to 106 now. So here we go. 114 to go in the fourth. So let's see here if Holiday can make this a three-point game. Holiday's second free throw attempt is up, and it's also good. So it's now 110 to 107 Nets, 114 to go in this fourth. Double fiddlesticks. I agree. Kyrie Irving with the ball, being guarded by Holiday. Kyrie, bounce pass to KD. He's being hounded by Giannis and Grayson Allen. Gets it inside the Brown. Kicks out to Curry. Curry three-point attempt. Airballs it. Rebounded by Giannis. 55 seconds to go in the game. Giannis gets it to Holiday. Holiday drives to the left side. Kicks it back out to Giannis. Giannis for the tie. No good. Rebounded by Drummond. Kicks it out to Kyrie. And now Kyrie can slow it down a little bit. 40 seconds to go in the fourth. Nets get kill clock here. Kyrie bounce pass over to KD. Gets knocked down. No foul there again. KD. 10 seconds to go in the shot clock. Gets a screen. And he gets hit. And a foul called on Giannis there as KD got hit down to the ground. Giannis can't believe it. KD just shaking his head. What did they do? Bruce Brown looking up. What is going on? Did they call a foul on the Nets? They called the foul on the Nets and Bruce Brown can't believe it. Who did they call they called the foul on a screen. That wasn't an illegal screen. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. So the Bucks get the ball back, down 110 to 107 with 30 seconds to go. And I believe Steve Nash just called a timeout. Dude, that's not a foul. That's just not a foul. Give me a break. JT says, Rev selling. I'm done. I can't watch. Danny says, my God, I know. ICVR says, one Lakers fan at my school gets mad at me for being a Nets fan when his whole team is a retirement home. I love that you're a Nets fan, IC, and I love that you're roasting Lakers fans. Totally on board with that. JT says, brah. He also says, what the fuck? JT says, fiddlesticks. This is insane. Got a new person in the chat, Laz Ghost Rida. Thank you so much for the comment, man. Laz, while you're here, leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. Really does help out the channel. He says, refs doing the most. Bro, the refs are really being fucking horrible in this game. Horrible. It's so ridiculous. Danny Judah says, the refs, bro. I know, bro. I'm actually going to lose my shit if the Nets lose this game because the Bucks have no business being in it. The Nets should be up by like 25, 30 points. Honestly. But Giannis also needs one more point to become the all-time leader in points scored in Milwaukee Bucks history. He's currently tied with the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So there's that. I'm probably going to see that. But here we go. Off the timeout. After the foul call against the Nets, Giannis will inbound it. Looking for somebody. Still having trouble. Finally gets it to Holiday. And now the Bucks will look to do something here. Holiday drives to the left side. Bounce past to Giannis. Kicks it back out to Connaughton. Almost taken away. Now to Giannis. Giannis on Drummond. Step back. Pull up three. It's good. Giannis Antetokounmpo ties it up with 18 seconds to go. And the Nets call a timeout here as the Nets will get to shoot the last shot here with a chance to try to win it. What the fuck, man? This is so unbelievably bad. This has been the worst refereeing game I have ever seen. The Bucks have gotten so many breaks. It's so sad. It's just so bad, bro. It is so freaking bad. I don't know what to say about this one. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Jonathan says, "Yo, Neil, it's 8-6 Bruins with 3:30 left in the Devils game. Best comeback in the NHL so far. Is it really? You guys are bullshit. Please don't bullshit me. I don't need this today, guys. We also have like 52 people in this chat right now. So again, like and subscribe while you're here, guys. Really would appreciate it. I just cannot believe that we're in this bullshit position. I actually cannot believe it. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I'm actually stunned at the amount of horrible calls the refs have made. If we can't close this game out with no Middleton, I don't know what to say. I agree. Oh, by the way, nice try, guys. It's still 8-1 Boston. Nice try, though. Very cute. Jacob says, yes, shut up. Danny says, my God, I can't believe this. Hamad, thank you so much for the comment, man. Like and subscribe while you're here. He says, LOL. These refs are meat riders. I'm done. I agree. Good game. I'm a Sixers fan. All right. Well, we won't hold it against you. Lost says, you let them play the whole game, then 2 minutes to go, and now the ref's trying to dictate the game. No, Lost. They've been dictating the entire game, my dude. Jonathan says, no, it's still 8-1. Yeah, don't screw with me. All right, so here we go. Katie gets the ball. 15 seconds to go. Nets will hold for the last shot. Game tied at 110. Durant on Wesley Matthews. 8 seconds to go. Katie drives to the left side. He's getting pushed. Drives back to the right. He's being bodied. Looking for somebody. Throws it up in the air. No good. Rebounded by Javon. And now we will go to overtime. Unbelievable. And so Giannis came over on the double team, forced KD into a shot he didn't want to take, hit it off the back iron, no good. And so this game, this crazy game, will go to overtime tied at 110. What's going on, Rex? Thank you so much for the comment, man. Really do appreciate it. He says, hey, leave a like on the stream, Rex, while you're here, and subscribe. Really does help out the channel. Got another new person, Jaden, saying Bucks are going to lose. God, I hope you're fucking right, Jaden. Rex also says, hey, I hope BK wins. I love that you guys are showing love for the Nets right now because we fucking need it. Thank you so much. And Durant should have gave it up. I think he probably should have as well. I know it's Kevin Durant, but he definitely didn't have the shot there. Should have looked for somebody else or set something up there, but it's not how it went, man. Never should have come down to this, my mother says. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Jacob says Bucks 120-105. Jacob, shut up. Last says, why not a screen with Kyrie and KD? WTF is Nash doing? Nash is doing nothing, lads. Nash is doing nothing. Nash is not a coach. He fucking sucks, and he constantly finds ways to lose games, all right? So don't be surprised if he does some bullshit in this overtime to lose the game. John says Burger King, all right? Jacob says fuck the Nets. Well, fuck the Lakers, Jacob. There you go. Danny says, I don't know if I want to see overtime, bro. I don't know if I want to see it either. I really don't know. Yeah, Danny, I really don't know if I want to see overtime. By the way, the Nets' next game will be this Saturday in Atlanta taking on the Hawks. So there you go. But here we go, guys. 5-minute overtime. Nets were up by 9, with about 2.5 minutes to go in this, about 2 minutes exactly to go in this fourth. But with help from the refs, the Bucks were able to come back and force overtime here. So it feels like Game 7 all over again, doesn't it, guys? It feels like Game 7. I'm going to be fucking pissed. Nets are 2-0 in overtime this season with wins against the Raptors back on December 14th and a win against the Spurs on January 9th. The Nets will look to try to go to 3-0. Jonathan says, fuck the gay Lakers, all right? So Jonathan just continued to roast Jacob. So here we go. I would imagine both teams going out with their starting lineups like they did before. Giannis will take the tip off with Drummond, I would imagine. UGN, thank you so much for the comment, man. Appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream as well. Subscribe, UGN, while you're here. Helps out the channel tremendously. He says Nets will surely make the playoffs. I agree with that wholeheartedly, UGN. You are absolutely correct about that. So here we go. So ref is ready. I think Drummond and Giannis are ready as well. Ball is tipped up in the air, won by Giannis, and the Bucks will control here to start overtime. Last says, I think Claxton should start overtime. Drummond is bad on the pick and roll. I think there's a fair argument for that, honestly, Laz. Now Bobby Portis, now to Holiday. UGN, here we go, Jonathan. Now kicks it out. Wesley Matthews for three. That one's no good. And a great rebound and put back by Drew Holiday, and he scores. And it's 112 to 110 Bucks here as we've gotten just 30 seconds into overtime. Making now 17 second chance points for the Bucks. Brown now gives it to Drummond. Drummond looking for somebody, kicks it over to KD. KD being guarded by Giannis. KD drives to the right side. KD pulls up for a three-point shot, and he knocks it down. Kevin Durant with a big-time three over Giannis, and he gives the Nets the 1 point lead, 113 to 112, just about a minute into overtime. Last says, no box out Nets. Yeah, I know, dude. They don't box out. They don't do that at all, man. They do not. They do not, Laz. As now Grayson Allen, who's a bitch, has the ball. Gets it over to Giannis. Giannis, being guarded by KD, gets it over to open Matthews. Wesley Matthews for a three-point shot, and he knocks it down. Wesley Matthews gets the Bucks up, back up by 2, and he's talking shit like he's been doing something in this game. 115 to 113 Bucks right now. KD gets a screen from Drummond, now being guarded by Bobby Portis. KD, still with the ball right now. Giannis creeping up. KD pulls up for another three. That one's no good. Rebounded by Holiday, and the Bucks will control. Can we get some rebound? I would love that if we could. Jonathan says, are you Greek? No, I'm Italian. That kicks it inside to Bobby Portis, who puts it up, and it's good. As now the Bucks make it a 4-point lead, still their biggest lead of the game, 117 to 113, 3 minutes to go in overtime. Last thing, KD playing hero ball. Well, can you blame him? Can you blame him? So Kyrie gets it to the aforementioned KD, being guarded by Giannis. Now he's being triple teamed, and finally they call a foul. And KD just looking at him like, are you serious? Like, what is going on, man? Kaepernick Sock, thank you so much for the comment, man. Leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. Really does help out the channel. As KD actually yelling at the ref, which I love. Says, go Bucks. Some area Mediterranean. I'm Italian. Mario says, hello. Tech with Bryce says, let's go. Stop forcing threes, bro. Is now put up there. And that one's no good, but a foul call here. And so it looks like Bruce Brown is actually going to go to the line. Kevin says this game is so dumb. I agree. Last says we got to run some plays. The ISO ball is not working. I agree. We have the best player in the league in Giannis. No, you do not, Kaepernick. No, you do not. TJ Trinidad says the refs are Bucks fans. In a way they are, as Bruce Brown makes the first free throw. Beast Ninja says, LOL, we have 69 viewers. That's nice. Nice. All the new viewers, guys, like and subscribe while you're here. Really would appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight for this one. It's been a good one. It has been a good one. As Drummond sits on the bench as Claxton comes in. We'll see here if Bruce can make the second free throw. It's up, and it's good. So it's now a 2-point game. 117-115 Bucks, 2:40 to go in overtime. Tech with Bryce says, I like football better, but basketball is still entertaining. Nope, not a problem with that, Tech. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We need free throws, Bruce. He got him. As now Holiday bullies his way, loses the ball, but they called the foul. I can't believe that. They called another foul. How the fuck is everything a foul? Unbelievable. Claxton should have started overtime. I agree. Mike Hoffman saying, go Bucks. Wow, Nets free throws. This game is rigged. Feels like it. Kaepernick, I didn't know the Bucks got Jokic. There you go, Mario. I like that. As now Holiday will take free throws. First one is up, and it rims it in good. Do you remember Game 7 last year? Yeah, the Bucks only won because KD stepped on the line. If he makes that three, if it's a 3 and not a 2, yo guys are going home in the second round. Second free throw attempt, no good. It's now a 3-point lead right now for the Bucks. 2:20 to go. Kyrie with the ball. Kyrie's been somewhat quiet right now. Gets a screen from Claxton. Goes over the left. Might be double team. Now he had to pick up his dribble. Gets to KD. KD now. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Gets it over. KD kicks it out to Seth. No foul. Seth throws it over to Kyrie. Kyrie, 3 seconds to shoot. He throws it up, and it rims out. No good. Rebounded by Grayson Allen. Refs are bailing nets out. No, they're not. Get stops. That's not a foul. Finally, some calls our way. A little bit. Need Harden back for refs to call fouls for Nets. They weren't getting calls when Harden was here, honestly. Jokic is from Croatia. If and but for the Nets. It's not one shot. No good, but another foul call. Oh my goodness, bro. Everything's a fucking foul call to you people. This is so bad. This is so bad. Harden was 100% healthy, or even just Kyrie was just healthy, wouldn't have gone 7. I agree, Mario. Can we get some highlights? I can't show you guys the game, otherwise YouTube will shut us down. So that's what I'm doing with this commentary. The ISO sucks, man. Got to get it. You're doing a good job. The game blacked out when it went to overtime in my area. No worries, Kev. Glad I could help out in many ways, guys. Like and subscribe while you're here. Giannis will shoot 2 free throws. Giannis's first free throw is up, and it's no good because you fucking suck. So there you go. So he misses the first one. Still a 3-point lead for the Bucks. Refs dictating the outcome literally. I agree. Go Bucks. Let's go Nets. Giannis pushed off. He did. Bucks back to back. No. Nets are bad. No, they're not. Bucks are win. Not yet. I can't watch anymore. I don't blame you, Danny. I don't blame you. JK, I don't watch basketball. I'm just trolling you. I know you are, Mike. Appreciate you though, buddy. Mario, that's true. They're only if, but, and only for the... Bro, dude. Last says Nash must go. Yes, he should go. He should go. Now, Giannis will shoot the second free throw attempt. Still up by 3. 1:39 to go in overtime. Giannis' second free throw attempt is up. No good. Rebounded by Seth. So the Nets will control now. Still only down by 3. Seth Curry comes up slowly. It's being guarded by Giannis. Seth gives it to KD. KD being guarded by Wesley Matthews. KD drives left side. Kicks out to Seth. Seth now drives it inside. Giving it to Dragic. Dragic now on the left. Kicks it back out to Seth. Seth fakes the 3. Drives in. Gets over to Dragic. Dragic pull up 3 for the tie. No good. Tipped up in the air and rebounded by Holiday. And now the Bucks will slow it down. 1:10 to go here in overtime. Bucks up by 3. So here we go. Nash out. Vogel in. Left my ass off. Now, neither one of them. Holiday loses the ball. 7 seconds to shoot. He keeps going. He spins to the right. Pulls for a fadeaway. No good. Rebounded by Claxton. And the Nets. Okay, somebody's got to come up and help Claxton. There you go. Kyrie gets it. 46 seconds to go in overtime. Nets down by 3. KD drives to the left side. He's pushing. Gets it inside to Claxton. He gets fouled. And Claxton will go to the line, which is not great because Claxton's also not a good free throw shooter. But Claxton will have a chance, if he makes both, to cut the deficit to 1. Nets win the NBA championship. Troy Harris, I hope you're right. Why a 3? Why are you taking 3s? We're down by 3, to be fair, but we probably didn't need to shoot a 3 on that last attempt. Hopefully, Ben will be back by the playoffs. I hope. Your KD can't win championships. All right, Kaepernick, we'll see. As Claxton misses the free throw. God damn it. Oh, free throw attempts of the life of his team. Are you kidding me? Mario with the question marks. Danny says we didn't need a 3. No, we didn't. As now Claxton's second free throw attempt is up, and it's good. So it's now a 2-point game here. 118 to 116 Bucks. 38 seconds to go in overtime. Nets need to stop if they want to have a chance to tie this game up. Holiday being guarded by Kyrie. And now bounce pass to Giannis. Giannis on Claxton. Giannis, 7 seconds to shoot. Drives to the left. Now backs up. Giannis pulls up for a long jump shot. No good. Rebounded by KD. Nets have a chance to tie or take the lead. KD drives to the right. Has some trouble. Kicks it over to Kyrie. Lost it. Back to KD. KD for the lead. He missed it. But a foul call. And KD is hurt. Oh, motherfucker. KD is holding his right ankle. And he is hurt. This is not good. This is not good right now. KD needs to get up as he went down hard on that one. Why did TNT black it out? I guess because the other game that was supposed to go on tonight is going on right now, so I don't know. Nets are bombs out. KD, buck the rat. Dude, shut the fuck up. You guys are such trolls, man. But I love that you guys are hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. You got so many comments here. As KD is just hobbled over right now, as he is just trying to gather the strength to get through this 8.7 to go. And they did call a foul as KD was open. And let's see what happened to Matthews. Oh, yo, Wesley Matthews is a bitch. I mean, honestly, he didn't even try to let KD fall cleanly, bro. The Bucks did this last year with Kyrie, and now they're doing it to KD. He collided knees with him. This isn't hockey. Oh, my goodness, bro. It's awful. Dude, we got so many people in the chat, dude. Kev says, you rock, bro. I like your vibe. Thank you so much. We got 102 people in here right now. Thank you so much, guys. Like and subscribe while you're here. Watch alongs every week, covering everything in the NBA. As now the refs are going to the monitor. Remember, Middleton was already knocked out of this game with a flagrant 2 foul. Could Wesley Matthews also get it? I think it's possible. He didn't even try to let KD get it. This should be a foul regardless. So we'll see. We'll see. Because the refs are looking at it right now. But again, guys, like and subscribe. What's going on, Lysandra? Thank you so much for the comment, man. Really appreciate it. Hey, good to see you. Zahef says, who has the ball? Currently, the Nets have the ball, potentially with a chance to shoot 3 free throws, down by 2. That's who has the ball right now, Zahef. So refs are looking at it. Looks like they take out the headset, so we'll see now what the call is.
Upon review, the challenge is unsuccessful.
So actually, it was a challenge that the Bucks actually challenged the call. Are you stupid? Are you delusional? Like, are you seriously delusional? So now, KD will, with a banged up ankle, I think we'll get a chance to shoot 3 free throws. Unless I'm mistaken. Shamika says they should call a timeout. I agree. They should call a timeout, set something up, and go from there. Did he get up? He did get up, but he was very slow. But he is back on the court, and he is going to shoot free throws. And Wesley Matthews talking to the ref like he didn't do shit. And Kyrie's pleading with the ref as well, saying, bro, this is bullshit. This has been the entire fucking game. So here we go here. He got fouled shooting the 3. Yeah, he did. He did. Thank you so much for the comment. Appreciate it. Angelica, 100%. All right, KD's going to shoot 3 free throws. First one is up, and it's good. So it's now 118 to 117. So next one is to tie the game up. Les says we need all 3 of these from KD. Hopefully he's okay, Mario says. I do hope so as well. As now KD will look to shoot the second free throw. Second one is up, and it's good. So the game is tied now. The game is tied now. So with 8.7 to go, KD can make this one. If KD makes this, it is a 1-point Nets lead with 8.7 to go in this one. So here we go. KD puts it up, and it's good. Kevin Durant makes all 3. Bucks have 1 timeout. Get to the Giannis. Here we go. Can Giannis win the game? He drives in, and that one is blocked. No, a foul call. They actually called the foul on Claxton. Even though he blocked it, Claxton's just laughing and smiling. He can't believe it. I can't. Bro, what the fuck? Why is this happening? How is it? Bro, that's not a foul. He blocked it with the left hand. Come the hell on. Are you delusional? Are you stupid? Dude, they need to challenge this. Challenge it. Nash, please, don't be an ass. Please challenge it. Bro, this is... Oh, my God. Bro. All right, so Giannis is going to shoot 2. If he makes both, the Bucks grab the lead back. If he misses 1, then all he can do is tie it. First free throw attempt is up, and it's good. So it's 119 to 119, 3 seconds to go. So here we go. Giannis, this is the biggest free throw attempt of the entire effing game. He needs to make it. Regardless, the Nets are going to call a timeout because they got 2. They got 2 right now. So here we go. Giannis takes a breath, puts the ball up, and it's good. 120 to 119 Bucks. Nash calls a timeout with 3 seconds to go. All right, guys. Do the Nets hit a game-winning shot, or do the Bucks come away with the win? As KD has a lot of choice words for the refs in that one. Claxton, with big eyes, just cannot believe that he got called for a foul there. You could see the frustration from the Nets coaching staff that they're even in this position, man. It is crazy. It is crazy. We have 150 people in this chat right now. So guys, again, please leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, guys. Continue to subscribe. Show support for me 100%, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Giannis is such a bitch, bro. I'm sorry, but Giannis is a whole bitch. And by the way, with those free throws that Giannis made, he is now the all-time leading scorer in Milwaukee Bucks franchise history, passing the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So we did see a little bit of history tonight. Shamika says call timeout. Nash did call timeout, so you're good. Seth, Kyrie, or KD will pull up. What about James Johnson? I'm joking. I'm totally joking. I swear to God, if James Johnson is in this game, I'm going to. So former net Javon Carter's in the game now, so we'll see what happens with that. So here we go. This is it. This is it. Do the Nets pull it off, or do the Bucks hold on for the win? Or is there a foul call? I'd love to see a foul call. I'd love to see a foul call here. So here we go. Dragic, for some reason, will inbound the ball. He's looking for somebody, looking for anybody. Get to the KD. KD, turn around, jump shot, and he rimmed down, no good! And the Bucks win! Oh my goodness, it was just like in Game 7 last year. Oh my goodness. But the Bucks, in a controversial, thrilling overtime, win this one 120-119 in overtime. Unbelievable. That might have been one of the most dumbass losses. And I can't even blame the Nets. I don't blame Nash. I don't blame the players on the team. The refs single-handedly won this game for the Nets. And I'm just, you look at the shot again, it's going right on and it just rims out. So it's, that's tough. That's tough. So the Nets had a chance to get going up a little bit in the standings, but obviously they could not do that. And that's unfortunate. But, you know, it's basketball, man. It happens. It happens. That is a tough one. So the Bucks win this one 120-119. They move to 48-28. The Nets drop to 40-37. So that is unfortunately all she wrote in this one. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it here for me today on this live watch along. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight throughout this entirety of the game of overtime. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Make sure before you go to like and subscribe to the Basketball Podcast Network YouTube channel. New live watch-alongs every single week here covering every single team in the NBA. Follow the Basketball Podcast Network on all social medias at HoopsPodNet. Also, make sure to go check out all of the podcasts here on the Basketball Podcast Network, including mine, the Bridge to the Nets podcast, which covers all things Brooklyn Nets. And yes, new episodes every Friday. So we'll have a new episode tomorrow, and we'll definitely be talking about this fucking game. But go check it out. Make sure to subscribe. Would appreciate it 100% if you guys could go show support there. Follow us on Twitter at Bridge2Nets, and also on Instagram as well at Bridge2Nets. Follow me on my personal Twitter at THENVPSHOW and my personal Instagram at NVPQB11. So, on that note, thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight on this live watch along, and we will see you the next live watch along. Once again, the final score, the Bucks come away victorious with a 120-119 win in overtime over the Brooklyn Nets. Everyone continue to be the awesome people that you are. As I always say at the end of every live watch along, rock on.